Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 63 of the
63.
Of Planet Film Live on the Planet Film Network. I am one of your hosts, Sean Monk, and joining us this week is one of your hosts, TJ. Oh, filling in for TJ is Danielle Degner.
Hi.
Boom.
That's me.
Peep the nameplate in the corner. Look at that. Awesome. I feel like we need, in future weeks, I feel like we need, music in the room, a little, ambient, podcast. Yeah.
Like you're the next contestant.
Yeah.
That vibe.
Yeah, Price is Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit of your podcast expertise?
So I host a podcast, Rants on Fire. It's audio only on any platform. It's me and my best friend since the 3rd grade. New topic every week. Sometimes we have guests. Just ranting on random stuff. Go off topic a lot. Yeah. So, a lot of Instagram activity too. So it's audio, and then Instagram is where we get a lot of fan interaction.
Yeah, you guys kill it with the stories.
Yeah, we have a lot of stories where we get fan interaction, and we import it into the episode. And yeah, every Friday. Used to be Thursdays, but scheduling purposes, editing takes a lot longer than it would if we did live. But, so every Friday.
True. Now, would I be right in assuming... Uh-oh. Never mind. I didn't see what he said. We have Mr. TJ Cornwell in the chat, who should be working on his project right now.
Yeah, don't you have homework?
No, I'm sure he's probably got it up in another window. This
got
guy, talk about a backseat producer right here. Yeah, I'll turn it up. For you.
Did you close the other thing?
Yeah, that's what he said. When he said Elgato muted, for a second, my brain broke, and I thought he meant these. And then I remember, the Elgato's muted. Yeah. Let me see here. I'm not getting up to adjust the gain, because I forgot to put... This is just what TJ knows. I forgot to put the chair out, so the Scarlet box is just, sitting on the ground right now. So that's great. Actually, hello? Maybe I should increase the gain. Can you hear this? No, yeah, never mind. Okay, we're good. It was just a little low.
Now I can see why you guys don't see when things are going on, because...
I'm going to go with Elgato isn't muted. It definitely is muted. It's all redded out. It's redded out and it's muted.
Correct. Yeah.
Better. All right, let me adjust the actual.
But not great.
Better, but not great.
I just was saying.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's better.
How's that?
That should be better.
How are we now? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Yeah, now every word that I'm saying. It's better to be, I guess it's better to be peaking. Well, actually, I guess that's what it's supposed to be. So I guess, now we're good. You're supposed to peak in the yellow. You're supposed to peak in the yellow, never hit the red, and, quiet stuff should be in the green. I think we were peaking
we don't use
in the green.
Well, we don't have video, so...
Yeah, that's true.
That's why.
Although you did, for a while, you were, do you still put them up on the YouTube channel and the audio?
I do when I have the time. It just takes so long because I have to turn it into a video by putting that thumbnail over it, and then it takes so long to do that, to process, to download, and then to upload it to YouTube.
Yeah.
So we got about probably 7, the first 7 out of... We're on, I think, episode 57 or 8 now.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And then we did want to put bonus content on our YouTube channel, but we don't have time.
Yeah, I know. You should do, next time you guys do, a merch photo shoot or something, like the one that you guys did in, the woods, you should, have somebody, come and record that and do, a little behind the scenes.
That's what we wanted, but her sister only had so many hands.
True, yeah.
And I took the day off. It was, a weekday, so it's just our scheduling, because... At least when I worked at the theater, RIP, I did have, some days off during the week, which I do miss, having, a random, Monday or Wednesday, where now it's 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and Emily works nights or weekends, so it's
I will
hard.
say it's let's see, what is that? Now you're back to echoing. I don't hear anything. I don't know.
TJ, now you know how I feel every single week. Yeah. This is how I feel every week when I comment on you guys, and then you guys are like, what are you talking about? This is what it's like.
There is definitely a robotness. I think maybe it's just... I don't know. I have no idea.
Is this the mic that Noelle used? Because that's how her voice sounded that one episode. Should
maybe?
I don't want
maybe
to mess with it.
You want to... Here. You want I can vamp for a little bit if you want to hot swap the mic real quick. But yeah. So, would I be correct in...
Testing?
We'll see. I think it's how you're holding the mics, maybe. I don't know, man.
How about now?
We're at like a 30-second delay, but we'll just keep talking.
Okay.
What was I gonna say though?
I'm sorry. My podcast?
Would I be correct in assuming that a side rant can be about anything, not necessarily the topic of the episode?
Please submit side rants to our email, any social media. We do have side rant merch as well because we say it so much.
Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe it is. No,
I was holding it down here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know how I'm not new.
Yeah, because these are the mics that you use, right?
Yes, yeah. They're identical ones.
Yeah. Sounds perfect. Okay. I think we're good. It actually sounds a lot better. Yeah. Maybe it is that mic. Oh, God. It can't be that mic.
It might be that mic. Did it have, like, water damage somehow?
No.
You have a spitty person?
I don't know, unless they're
like
last
that
guest
teacher from That's a Raven. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
But yes, side rants.
I always felt such shame because I couldn't roll my R's like that one teacher from That's a Raven. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I always was
the
like...
woman.
Yeah. The Spanish teacher, right? Yeah. I always was like...
I can't do that either.
Yeah, she would... that was like the joke of the character. Yeah. And I would always feel like such shame because I couldn't do that. Also, I could never be Thanos because I can't snap.
It keeps happening. Well...
I don't...
Maybe it's the cord. Oops, it's closed.
I mean, maybe it's the cord, but I don't know.
Anyone else want to pop off in chat?
Yeah, anyone else want to let us know?
Shannon said, yeah, flip-flopping.
Huh. It started again. I have no idea.
We'll roll with it.
Idea. Yeah, we can just roll with it and see what's happening. It might be something on the Scarlet box, too. I don't know. I mean, everything should be fine.
I don't know either.
No idea. Could be either one of the cords.
I'm not holding it. I'm not like...
No, yeah, you're holding it good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well. I mean, either way, it's not as bad as it was.
In the start.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. It definitely is going in and out, but, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, they can hear us, so let's just keep going. We'll go. I mean, it's a work in progress. We're not a $1 million enterprise yet.
You know what? You guys subscribe, get Planet Film up to 500, maybe make more money, and...
It's true.
You can buy new equipment.
Make any money. Even better.
Touche.
Let's see here.
I'm not holding the mic any sort of way.
Oh, there you go. Emily Chabot says the echo gives it some spice.
Hey! Ooh. That's one of our fire ants.
There you go.
That's what we call our fans. He said it's the way I'm holding the mic. I'm not...
She's holding the mic exactly the same way that I am.
Exactly.
And that you do. I don't know.
I think... How do you want me to...
I mean, do you want to try? We could try swapping the cord, but I don't think that'll do anything.
Is it unbearable where we have to switch it up, or do you think you can live with the sound? Yeah, vote in the chat
right now. We got 7 people watching right now.
Yeah, some spice.
Thanks for joining.
At times. Shannon said at times.
Yeah. Well, that's good enough for me. Speaking of, I actually don't really know where we're at with the audio right now because TJ runs the podcast end of things, so I don't really know where we're at. And we've been doing, I will say too, thank you guys for joining our random live streams that aren't this show. We've been trying to do those and successfully doing those a lot more often. I think back like if you guys have been watching us for a long time, like last year, I think we tried to do. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at this guy. He's crushing it. We got everything up there. Oh wait, 88. Is he posting a little bit of bonus content? What's going on here?
Perhaps.
How are there 88 episodes? What is the meaning of this?
Or you missed a number.
I wonder why. Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. Duh. Because I forgot. No, we stopped posting bonus content. We used to post back when Planet Hero. Oh my God! I just realized we did our Hawkeye review.
You did.
And we did it Planet Review themed instead of Planet Hero.
What?
I didn't catch that. I just realized that. Yeah, well, it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be, yeah. That's funny. Well, next week, tune in this weekend for the next edition of Planet Hero. Yikes. I just realized that we did it. We totally did it was the Planet review intro and everything.
Hero Review Edition.
There you go. But yeah, so that's why there's 88 episodes on the podcast feed, because we post every official Council and Hero episode, which if you don't know, Planet Hero is the, superhero show that we do, usually breaking down the Disney Plus shows because those have been week to week. I might get like a friend of mine that watches the CW shows religiously. We might do like a special Planet Hero on, they're doing a crossover right now, Flash Armageddon, where they're bringing like a bunch of characters like that aren't in current shows back. And it's supposed to be pretty good after the Flash season 7. We talked about it on this show a bunch.
I watched a few episodes of Flash because I was a Grant Gustin fan after Glee.
Yeah.
And then I watched like maybe the first season of Arrow, and then nothing else at all.
Yeah.
Well, TJ watches that Superman one.
Superman and Lois.
So I've seen a few.
That's really good. Yeah. It's because Superman and Lois is what all those shows need to pivot to, which is HBO Max. Because Superman and Lois was like weird because it was.
I feel like the quality was so much better though.
Because it was made by HBO Max, but it was for some reason distributed by CW.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Knowing that.
It's like very weird. Same thing with Stargirl. Stargirl is an HBO Max show that gets released on CW, which like Warner Brothers, there's a lot of things that Warner Brothers needs to do, but everybody, let us know what's going on with the audio. We haven't heard anything, so hopefully it's all good. Shout out, we got 9 people watching right now. Shout out everybody watching. Let us know right now in the chat. A, if the audio sounds good, and B, what's your favorite movie musical? Start naming some movie musicals that we'll talk about it later in the show.
Shabazz, you got some?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't care. Shout out as many as you want. We'll just talk. You don't even have to rank them if you want. We'll just shout them out. That way we have ones to look back at if we forget to talk about it.
Doesn't necessarily have to be like a movie based on a musical. Any sort of movie musical.
Yeah. So
any movie that has a musical aspect.
Like Coco, any Pixar movie really.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, except for Up.
Like Frozen's a musical. Up, they don't sing.
Oh, I was just going to say, is Up and WALL-E the only ones that aren't musicals? But a lot of them.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm behind on the times.
What's funny is WALL-E kind of is a musical, but it's not like a musical. It's just like the music is so intrinsic like to the story. Like they're like he's obsessed. WALL-E the character is obsessed with Emily Shabazz said Shrek. There you go.
When I saw her face.
Brian
Darcy James.
Brian Darcy James. Look at that. Hawkeye, Shrek, and Spotlight. Look it up. Yeah, so what was I just saying?
WALL-E music.
Yes, WALL-E the character he's like obsessed with Hello Dolly the musical, and like he listens to, like, if you just watch the first 5 minutes of it, it's to the song from that's like, out there's that one.
I know.
Yeah, that's like the first like 6 minutes of the movie is just like, well, there's no dialogue for like the first half hour, but like,
do they even talk?
Yeah, there's a ton of talking, but not until the second half, and there's no talking until like 30 minutes in.
It is on my watch list. I think. I don't know if it's on my physical watch
list.
It's
very just it's like they just were like, we're just gonna make like an art film,
Okay.
But also like Pixar style.
It seems like it would be
kid-friendly.
like based on a short. Like I can see Pixar doing like a short of just like that robot just.
Yeah, there is a short called Bernie, which is like another robot in the movie WALL-E. Yeah, exactly. And I used to watch that all the time because I was like obsessed with WALL-E when I was a kid. I had a. Did you ever know
when
or
did
see?
WALL-E come out?
2000, a long time ago, like 2006.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's like the Cars era.
Yeah, I think it was 2006.
I didn't realize it was that. I thought I was a little older.
Yeah, it was like
middle school. 2006.
Pixar did their like one for one.
Oh,
it was like the money maker with like Cars, and then it was like the art piece with WALL-E. I think they were like either the same year or 2 years apart or something.
I know Cars was 2005. I'm pretty positive.
Yeah, then I think WALL-E was must have been right after it. But yeah, it's a really, really great movie. But yeah, what I was gonna say was I had this WALL-E bed tent that you would what I'm talking about? Like
I know exactly. I always wanted one of those.
Exactly.
I would go through the catalog of like Toys R Us.
Yes. I got one of those. I want that. And it was pretty awesome. It was pretty awesome. It was poorly designed. Okay. But it was like fine for like a 9-year-old. Yeah, it was fine. The main problem was, so it was put together with like small PVC like piping that like had the little elastic, almost like a tent, but like really cheap. But the problem was one of the PVC bars like went right across where you have to get out of it. So you would always like catch your foot on it and stuff. Like that was the biggest issue with it. If they could find a way to not do that, because I know they still make them, like they have like frozen ones and stuff. Yeah. But that thing was pretty sweet. And so is WALL-E. Go check out WALL-E. But yeah, maybe we'll talk about Hello Dolly later on. I don't know. Who knows? That's one that we can talk about. But yeah, I think. Is there anything else that you want to? Oh, let's start off with. We're gonna do a little impromptu review.
Okay.
/ memorial.
Yes. /
Nope, that was it. Just those two.
And regarding the film we're talking about, I'm not going to say there's even spoilers because it's about a person's life.
Yeah, it's a musical biopic.
If you don't know,
I feel
then
like there's not enough of.
How don't you? Yeah. I agree. But did you know that this film is like a stage show turned into a film?
I knew that, like,
with more film aspects thrown into it.
I knew that like 5 minutes after watching it.
Okay.
Yeah, because then I went on, TikTok, which is what they're calling it.
Yes, I'm on the TikTok
yeah.
too. Tick Boom.
And immediately is the movie that we're talking about.
You didn't get that right now.
We are yeah, but so then I immediately started seeing, of course, like all the stuff with Lynn and stuff, like which like.
Oh, really quick! Shout out Josh Trocani on The Voice. Just got saved another week. Some random number that's never texted me before just said your friend got another week.
There you go.
It's probably one of my answers or something. Yeah. So if you're watching The Voice Mondays, vote for Josh.
Boom.
He's Buffalo native.
Yeah.
Sorry. But yeah, Tick Boom.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
I was just gonna ask you up top.
Okay.
Do you think there will be a point where people think of like your Chris Pratts and your Jennifer Lawrences, where people will get Lin-Manuel Miranda fatigue? I don't think we're there yet, but I think it's possible.
No. So I'm big on theater talk. For those of you who don't know, I'm very involved in theater. I used to perform. This is Anne Frank's
mother right here.
Eat it, Frank.
There you go.
I used to perform a lot. The last time I performed was when everything shut down. My last performance was canceled.
Yeah.
And then I graduated and I haven't gone back. And community theaters, a lot of them do musicals, and I can't sing, but I love musicals. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But I'm just very involved in theater, whether it's watching, performing, everything. So my TikTok page is just theater. A lot of people just hate Lin-Manuel. Very talented man.
But he can't sing, right?
I think he can carry it. Here's the thing. He hits all the notes. That doesn't necessarily mean it sounds good. It's just his voice. I don't know how to explain it.
He's very
like Lin-Manuel.
Yeah, like he's very like he doesn't like
it's
sing.
It's almost like a talk.
Yeah, he doesn't sing long drawn out notes. He's like
I'm not throwing away my. You know, it's like talking, but sing. It's like a sing talk.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's hard to describe. I personally like Lin-Manuel. I think, yes, he can be cringy a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But he's very talented as far as writing and
I think the
composing.
cringiness
I don't think he needs
sure.
to cast himself as a lead in every musical he writes.
Yeah. Well, I think I'll say this at least for that. You know, he's not always... So did he play Jonathan Larson in the stage production?
He played it. It wasn't like an official like Broadway production, but he was in it, and he played Jonathan Larson, and Leslie Odom Jr. Was in it as well.
Oh, okay.
He played
his friend?
Roger. Yes.
Oh, okay.
The one other guy on stage.
Oh,
it's a 3-person show.
I gotcha. Oh, I see.
The one that's not Vanessa Hudgens or Andrew Garfield.
I understand. So. Oh wait, I'm
like
fucked
when,
up. So
when they're performing in the movie,
that is the stage play. That
Correct.
is the actual
Correct.
stage play. Okay, I just
and
that
those
all that
songs
just clicked.
are in it.
I personally haven't seen it. I'm not sure if like all the scenes that are not on the stage are in there, but his narration.
Yeah.
There is a song or two that are missing. One of them does appear in the end credits.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, the end credit. I was like, the movie was like, you know. When the narration kicks in about like what happens to him and stuff at the end of the movie when he's playing piano in Central Park and stuff.
That of course wasn't in the original production.
Yeah, I was like, wow. I clicked the remote and I said, there's like 16 minutes left of this movie. I was like, it's like ending. It's because there's like 9 minutes of footage from like different things, and then the credits happen. So I was like thrown off by that. But it was cool footage.
Before we watched it, I had to tell TJ, like, do you know what this is about? And he's like, oh, it's about him writing Rent. And I said, no. I said there's a lot of Easter eggs about. Have you seen Rent, or do you know anything about Rent?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's a lot of Easter eggs throughout the movie, just like about Rent.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't reference it at all. Like it definitely. If you saw Rent and you saw this movie, you're like, oh yeah, totally. Like that's how that was inspired.
Yeah, AIDS, everything like.
And then he didn't know he was dead. That was the spoiler. That's not a spoiler.
I knew that he was. He didn't know he was dead throughout the film?
No, like I had to tell him beforehand. I was like, he died like the night before Rent opened up Broadway.
Yeah, I did not know that. I knew he was dead, but I think I like knew. It was not present in my mind that he was dead.
I didn't realize when he died. Like, I didn't realize it was before he even saw, like, the success.
Yeah.
I thought it was more, like, maybe, like, 2002. I didn't think it was, like, 1996. Right before Rent.
Yeah. It clicked with me, though, because what's his name? From Star Trek, I always forget his name. The
actor or character?
Yeah, the actor. From Rent. At the beginning of Tick Tick Boom, he says, you know, we want to, you know, dedicate.
Oh, Anthony Rapp.
Yes, thank you.
The one who accused.
I didn't want to go there, but yeah,
yeah.
No, I mean we can.
He was on TV. And I'm like, hey, teacher, did you know that he's the one?
Yeah, I didn't want. I didn't.
Well,
want,
not accused.
I didn't want
confirmed.
that to be the thing that jogged my memory. Yeah.
Yes. Played Mark in Rent.
Yes, and at the very beginning of Tick Tick Boom, he says, you know, we'd like to dedicate this performance and all that follows, you know, to Jonathan Larson. I was like, oh. He's dead. Yeah. But I had no idea when until the end of the movie. I was like, holy shit. Like you said, like, he didn't even get to see opening night.
Which really, like, if you saw this movie, you know, like, how much he strived for it.
Oh, my God,
and at times would be, like, kind of an a-hole because he really, like, wanted it, but...
But it's, like, the whole, like, tortured artist, like, asshole, you know, like... What's that guy, the painter? Like, Van Gogh and, you know, even, like, a modern example, like... Well, I guess he is a modern example, but a living example, like somebody like Daniel Day-Lewis or something like that, that like his wife's just like, well, that's Dan. And it's like, oh, okay. All right. But like, yeah, it's like that classic stuff. And I really liked, what's her name? I really liked,
Alexandria Shipp.
Yeah, Alexandria Shipp, in this. She was really, really good.
I think the casting was
on point.
Great.
For everyone.
Amazing.
Literally everyone.
I'm not an emotional person, although when I did go back to Shays, the local theater, and I saw Frozen, and it was my first time seeing live theater, and I go over here and I like teared up. And
After
then I watched,
COVID?
Yes, and then I watched this and I teared up during Sunday with all the cameos of people, Broadway stars.
Yeah.
Like everybody in that scene is like someone in Broadway. But no, I think the casting was great. Did you hear how he got the part?
With his like massage therapist or whatever. Yeah, that was funny.
No, I think Andrew did excellent job.
Yeah,
his tone is just so.
If
he didn't even know how to sing.
If he is in. If Tick Tick Boom is not his last film of 2021, this is his year. Like if that's true,
I think he deserves a nom for that.
Yeah, like if he is in, you know, the said film coming out later in this month, this guy is he just owns this freaking year. Yeah. Even if he's not in No Way Home, even if he's not, just the fan, because I'm sorry, it's this whole buzz for No Way Home has like gotten the prequel treatment, like the Star Wars prequels, where it's like now everybody's like, no, they're great, like, not, you know what I mean? It's kind of like revisionist history of like, no, Andrew Garfield is like amazing as, but where it's like 2 years ago everybody would be like, fuck those movies, you know what I mean? Like,
I haven't even seen them yet.
Yeah,
if I'm
which
honest.
he's you know, he's really good as Spider-Man. He's just, you know, and it's not his fault the same way it's not Tobey's fault. Like, it's just the writing for Peter Parker is just not there. Yeah. I mean, even with Tom Holland, he's a great Peter Parker, but is he like the Peter Parker from the comic books? No, not really. But like, you know, he fits.
That's a different.
Yeah, like
that's
he
a
fits
different
what
rant.
they're going with. Yeah. Tune in. Did we already announce that?
No.
I think maybe not. Tune in December 15th. You won't want to miss December 15th if you like Spoderman. But yeah, back to Tick Tick Boom. Yeah, he is like incredible in this. And yeah, I love that story that he was like, he didn't know if he could sing.
Yeah, Lin-Manuel was just like, oh, you know Andrew Garfield, right? Can he sing? And then Masseuse was like, yeah.
Sure.
And then he was like, oh.
Yeah.
No, I think I would love to see him. And maybe I don't want him to be like, I don't want him to turn into Hugh Jackman, where everyone's like, oh, he's an actor who can sing. Let's put him in all the musicals from now on. I wouldn't mind seeing him in something else. It depends on the film. Mm-hmm. But I do want to say, I missed Vanessa Hudgens in musicals, and I want her to make comebacks.
I feel like, and granted it was like, you know, whatever, it was the way that the movie went, but like, I feel like she was not in this as much as I would have liked.
I agree. I didn't know like how it was gonna play, but I think she was in it enough. Yeah. Not like where I was like, I wasn't disappointed that she wasn't in it a lot, but she was in it enough where I was satisfied. Like, she had a few songs, and I saw her, but I do wish she had more of
an active role.
Yeah, but I liked Alexandria.
Yeah, she was very, very good.
And I don't know his name, but the actor who played Roger was very good as well. Mm-hmm.
Now, one critique that I had about it that was like, it's not even, I don't know if it's necessarily the movie or if this really factually did happen, you know, all that kind of stuff. But like the whole like you know, well, I wanted you to tell me not to go. And it's like,
I just hate stuff like that.
Me too. And it's like that one especially, I'm like he literally did. Obviously he didn't. What? Like, and he literally even said, like, you know, I can't move to what. And granted, yeah, I guess
I don't think she understood that he was avoiding it not because he didn't want to go, but because he wanted her to do what's best for her.
Yeah.
And not. I think he was scared to say stay because he knew how important it was to her.
And then it's like, also, if he just says like, no, you have to stay with me, then it's like, you can just flip it.
It's like, do you care about me?
Yeah, you can just flip it and be like, you know, well, what about what I want or something? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I guess in the heat of the moment, I see both sides.
Yeah.
But I do think he shouldn't have, like, kept pushing it like he did. If you don't know. The like, palpable anxiety of procrastination is, like, the theme of this movie. Like, especially with the, you know, writing the song, like, that whole thing. And just because, you know, if anybody, like, suffers from, like, severe procrastination or anything like that, you know, which I did in school and everything and still do, like, but as soon as you got it where, like, it all clicked for him and he went home and he cleaned the house and he got everything ready and he went to write and then the power cut off, I was like,
I was like, oh my god, because like I know that feeling where it's like you get like a rush and you're just like okay, I can
like if I stop
this.
now, I won't continue.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's like the world just freaking and the world's, but it is him. I mean, it's he's putting all of his energy in this, and you know, granted, yes, he has a job, but like he clearly doesn't work there that much. Like he works there on Sundays, of course.
At least that week. I don't know if he was like, oh, I got a show this week, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But either way, it's like, you know, you're clearly not doing enough for your money.
Yeah.
Or you're, you know, enough to put the money where, like, the band thing, like, no, I need
He's more people. Of a future, looking ahead as opposed to, like, focusing on it right now.
Yeah.
Like, too much.
And, but yeah, like that, like, little stuff like that I really loved. Like, I loved the scenes like that. And yeah, just Andrew Garfield's just
he did great.
He's just like incredible in the movie.
Honestly, I haven't even seen him in that. I don't even know what I have really seen him in now that I think about it, because I haven't seen the Spider-Mans and but no, he was great. I think the casting was spot on.
Did you watch Hacksaw Ridge?
No.
Silence?
No.
Damn. Hacksaw Ridge is really good. That's really good. It's like that's the Mel Gibson one, like directed.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I didn't see that.
Which is like iffy. It's Mel Gibson, but like, it's a really fucking good movie. Like it's really good. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to do, and then or you can give
what did you give it?
Oh, I was just gonna say.
Oh.
I gave it a 4. It wasn't like the best musical I've ever seen. And I would have preferred a little more. I don't know. I would have preferred a little more. I know it was like a slice of life in like what TJ said. You know, oh, it isn't about him writing Rent. It's like no, it's like more of a niche part of his life.
Yeah.
That's like an examination of, you know, stuff going on. It's like, but like the selfishness in me was like, but I wanted to see like a little bit of like that part of it. But that was a minor, you know, thing against it. But other than that, I just think it's a really solid, really good musical that was 4 stars. I mean, that's still a great score, but yeah.
So I watched it 3 times. After the first time, I gave it a 4.5. And then I bumped it up to a 5.
Did it go back down on the third one?
No, it's still 5. I've been listening to the album on repeat. I just really appreciate when movies can take stage to film, like, and not mess it up.
Yeah.
Like, there's too many times where they take a stage adaptation or stage production and turn it horribly, horribly wrong.
Yeah. What would you say is the worst example of that?
It might be Dear Evan Hansen.
Is it Annie?
No.
Yeah, it might be Dear Evan Hansen.
Well, okay, Dear Evan Hansen had so much potential. It was just so rushed. And then they added in characters, took out songs, put in more songs.
That I'll never understand. I completely understand cutting songs for time.
Too, but don't put in a random song that doesn't exist.
Yeah. They did the same thing with The Lion King. With the Jon Favreau one. Which, you know, probably wasn't his call, but, you know.
But there were some redeeming qualities of Dear Evan Hansen. It was just...
Ben Platt was not one of them.
No. His voice is good.
Well, that kind of goes back to the Lin-Manuel thing about it that I was going to say earlier, but then I
used to love Ben Platt.
Like, yes, like you said, when you were like, oh, Lin doesn't need to cast himself as lead and everything. At least Lin has the sight or the, you know, what's it called? Awareness, yeah, like the self-awareness to not cast
I'm
him.
too old for this.
Yes, exactly.
I'm not Unazi. I don't know. In the Heights.
Yeah, exactly. Like in the Heights, he's like, I'm too young. You know,
like he won't play Hamilton again.
Yeah, like get Anthony Ramos in. Like I'm not that guy. Yes, Andrew Garfield is the better choice to play Jonathan Larson, not me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Whereas, like, and granted, Ben Platt, you know, he didn't write Dear Evan Hansen. Like, he's just the, you know, the
It was a little nepotism. Like, he has a great voice. His dad did produce it, though. I think the movie would have been so much better if they did Andrew Barth Feldman, who was an actual 18-year-old who did Evan Hansen on Broadway. He was in season 2 of High School Musical, the musical, the series.
Oh, right, yeah. You said that.
because he looks like a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I won't get into it.
He was. Oh yeah, did you see Social Network?
Oh, I have seen.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
but I feel like he wasn't like a main character. But yes, that's probably the only other thing I've seen him in.
Yeah, I think
his
mainly
accent's very good too.
Oh yeah, I think mainly too. Like I think it's his year too, because I just like a couple months ago rewatched The Social Network, and that's just a fucking.
I've only
really
seen it once.
Movie. It's such a good movie.
I don't know when.
Yeah.
Within the past year.
But yeah, and he's really great. I mean, Andrew Garfield's just a really great actor. But yeah. So yeah, I gave it, what did you say? 4 and 5.
Yeah, I bumped it up to 5 after rewatching.
Boom. Yeah, so what was the next thing I was going to talk about? Oh, let's talk a little bit about, I don't know if you saw, but the premiere for West Side Story, Steven Spielberg's West Side Story, was last night.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear anything about it.
Really? Okay, yeah. Well, what are your thoughts?
I haven't been on my phone really that much.
What are your thoughts on the remake, like, of remaking such a classic, but also, like, of, like, I don't know if you want to touch on Ansel Elgort stuff.
If you listen to episode 2 or 3 of Rants on Fire, I'm not a big reboot or revival person. If it's not broke, like, don't touch it type thing. Mm-hmm. I like the classics, you know. I don't see anything wrong with the former West Side Story other than, you know, the dubbing. But I didn't see it. I'm going to see it. I didn't see a need for it to be redone at all. Ansel Elgort.
You can go into it.
He was like accused of sexual assault like a year or two ago, right?
Yeah, with like hard evidence.
Oh, was there? Yeah. I didn't really know much about it. He never did anything for me. Like he's just always there. I do like that they cast Maria as sort of like this nobody, like not a nobody, but like nobody in the world of acting thus far.
Well, no, she wasn't. Was she? She was only in. Steven Spielberg got her off her high school production.
I don't like that I have been seeing like why can't she just promote the film? I feel like there's so much of like, I get like it's Tony Maria, but
no,
there's a lot where like there was this one thing where like she's the only one talking, but he's just standing next to her, and it's like, what was the point of that?
Yeah.
Really, like.
And I will say too, it's like it's kind of like what's gonna happen with, and it's so funny because I was just talking to, you know, my boss, your old boss. I was just talking to him yesterday about, I was like, you know, I literally, it was so funny. I had no idea the premiere was last night. When I said this, I was like, I don't know. We were talking about the upcoming films, and I was like, I don't think West Side Story is gonna do anything. I was like, I think they're burying it. I was like, I don't even know if they're doing a premiere, and I think they're probably gonna distance themselves from Ansel. Well, last night they did the premiere.
Okay.
And for a while I was like, oh, okay, it looks like he's not there. And then the 20th Century account was like, oh, our Tony has arrived, you know, welcome the great, you know, like, they were like, you know,
the great,
what do they say? Like, they were big upping him. Like, they were really like, you know.
Listen, he has a soothing voice. And like I said, I don't really have any feel, like, I don't think he's a bad actor. I don't think he's like the best actor of all time. I did like Baby Driver, and what else was he in, like Divergent. But.
Is he the Fault in Our Stars?
He is in The Fault in Our Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember I watched Divergent first because I read the books, and him and Shailene Woodley play siblings, and then they date in The Fault in Our Stars, and I was like, this is gross. Yeah.
It's a real
film
Aaron Taylor Johnson, Elizabeth Olsen situation.
But yeah, I just don't know, like, no offense, why him? But I feel like it was announced that he was cast so long ago.
Yeah. Well, it was like
I feel like everything was so long.
Too. Yeah. So it's like, I think the movie was like shot before anything even came out. Like, it's like 2019
or 18. Like, it feels like it's been at least like 3 years since we heard like Ansel Elgort's gonna be Tony. And
yeah, because I mean, Rachel Ziegler was cast when she was like 16, and she's 19 now.
Jeez.
Yeah, like it's been a long time. Because she's already filmed, like, because of, you know, the rumblings of how good she is in this, and just the fact if Steven Spielberg picks you out of obscurity, you probably have something going for you.
Yes.
So like she was cast in Shazam 2 as a DC character.
Okay.
And that's already shot and done. Disney picked her up as she's gonna be the live action Snow White. That starts filming.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. There's so many.
It's live action. She's live action Snow White, and then same movie as Gal Gadot is gonna be the witch, the evil queen.
I'm just picturing Gal Gadot singing "Imagine."
Yeah. Oh. Oh my God.
What a time.
Well, that's the thing. Like, can she even sing?
No, she's just pretty.
Time will tell.
Yeah,
she definitely used to not be able to act.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Like they could have. That's my favorite thing. I guess I'll talk about it a little bit. It's like as far as musicals go, especially like when it's based on a real already like show, is when they just use like
people
an actor.
Oh.
Like Wicked cast was announced. Cynthia
Erivo
and Ariana Grande, and both have very beautiful voices. I actually will be one to say I think Ariana Grande is going to do a great job because she does have Broadway background. But also you could have easily taken someone from the theater world.
Wasn't it? Was it Kristen Chenoweth and then what's her name? Adele Dazeem.
Adele Dazeem. Yeah, Idina Menzel.
The wickedly
talented. I think they both have great voices. They'll do a good job, but I think they could have easily taken someone from a theater background. And I know there's a difference between theater and film, but I just hate it.
Doesn't have to be. But also, like, what is Ariana Grande in film?
True.
You know what I mean? Now, granted, it's the same thing as it's Stuntcat from
Pop
the musical
singer,
world too. So it's like, but yeah, I get what you mean. Like that's just if you can cast her. Now, granted, obviously
like they're taking like A-list, B-list celebrities as opposed to celebrities of the theater of like.
You
New
see
York.
that a lot too in like animation. Like Toy Story was really the first one that like
used voice actors.
And like animation used to always be. Voice actors. Always. That was all it was. And then Toy Story was really the one that... Toy Story and then... Aladdin and then Toy Story. And then Lion King and everything just started snowballing.
Yeah.
Now...
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor Thomas was Simba.
Yeah, now it's all,
The only one modern day animation that I'm okay with doing that is honestly Sing.
Oh, okay.
Because I think it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
To be like, oh, let's have Tori Kelly singing or Scarlett Johansson singing.
Yeah, because like it's actually them singing.
Because it's like based, but other than that, it's like no, voice actors are voice actors for a reason.
Isn't Matthew McConaughey the koala?
I don't know. I don't like him though.
Oh.
He might be. He probably is. He would be.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he seems like the type.
They're trying to get that lion to sing. In the second one. I've never seen Sing. I've heard it's really good.
I just saw
though.
the first one.
Is it streaming?
Maybe when COVID started. I don't know. Yeah, it has to be. I think it was on Netflix when I watched it though. So
I gotta take a look. I also have to get a VPN back to just because I'm always like, is this streaming? Is that everything's streaming with
Depends
a VPN?
Where you are.
Yeah, ExpressVPN. If you want to sponsor us, if you want to throw a sponsor on there, let us know. We'll sponsor you for free. But we would prefer to sponsor you for money. But yeah, I mean, so West Side Story. So the word is in. Well, a couple things. Apparently, Ansel Elgort is actually not very good in it, which is surprising. Honestly, it is surprising.
I mean, he doesn't seem like the type that would get all nitty-gritty.
Yeah, and it's like also, and I'm sure it's because they're trying to not show him as much.
Yeah.
But, like, in all the trailers, like, really her and him don't really have a lot of lines. It's more everybody else talking to them. But, like, every scene he's in, he's just...
Mopey, yeah.
Yeah, he's just, like, standing there, and it's like, okay, what? Like, so that doesn't surprise me, but apparently the movie's, like, a masterpiece.
Oh.
Everybody,
well, it's Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, like everybody said, and again, you got to take it with a grain of salt that it's,
Is it just as long? Is there
it's 3 hours.
Intermission?
It's 3 hours.
Oh, it is?
How long was the first one?
probably like 3 hours. There's literally like a 15-minute intermission in the middle.
Yeah, if the first one was over 3 hours, it's not, but it's like 2:40. It's like 2:45.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was around that.
Yeah.
It was pretty long. Maybe I'll wait till it's available to stream.
Yeah. Which is it day? You know, honestly, Disney probably would have been smart to just dump it on Disney Plus.
Is it Disney?
Yeah. Well, it's 20th century.
Yeah. I get confused who owns what. There's so many.
Disney owns everything. But let's see here. Not interested at all in seeing a new West Side Story. I love the original. Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of people share that sentiment with you, but apparently, and it's funny because a lot of people were like, well, I didn't want to like it, but it's a very good movie. Like, I've seen a lot of that too.
I don't think I'll like it.
Yeah.
I personally didn't love West Side Story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can appreciate it's good. The songs are good, but I wouldn't say it's. Well, we'll get into it.
Yeah. Well,
that's to come.
Well, we were gonna do box office, but Disney made a whole bunch of money. Let's just jump right into the main topic. I mean, we're already on that. Okay. But do you want to touch a little bit the one we haven't really talked about, the passing of if you want to talk.
R.I.P. Rest in peace, Stephen Sondheim.
Yeah.
He was a very well-known writer on Broadway. He did Sunday in the Park with George. Did a lot of things. He also
didn't he write the music for West Side Story?
Yes.
Yeah.
He also is mentioned in Tick Tick Boom. Very coincidentally, I said I really hope he saw it before he passed.
Yeah.
Because I believe he passed Friday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure he probably did.
I think it was the day after Thanksgiving.
Because he was probably like at a screening.
It was out for like a week at that
Which,
point.
by the way, I was like
on Netflix, and it was out before then.
Yeah, I was really happy with because I love Bradley Whitford. He's the actor who played Stephen Sondheim.
He did a great job.
As soon as he came on screen, because he comes on screen, it's not. You see him. I should say you see him for like maybe 30 seconds, and then they say who it is. And I was like, as soon as he was on screen, I was like, holy shit! I was like, first of all, the makeup department and hair did a great job. He looked exactly like him.
There's a side by side of like Bradley and Stephen of like him doing his mannerisms and everything, and it's just like it's very good.
And that's why I love Bradley Whitford too. It's like Stephen Sondheim is in Tick Tick Boom for it's only 2 scenes, but maybe 4 minutes, 3 minutes, if that.
I feel like I've seen him in a lot within the past year.
Yeah.
Before that, I've only ever seen him in Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Bradley Whitford?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I believe he plays America for his dad.
Well, that's interesting.
I think.
Who's that mom?
The mom is someone.
All right. No, but yeah. Bradley Whitford's great.
I might be wrong.
But yeah, he's fantastic.
Yeah. But yeah, Stephen. Always remember. Did you see the video of all the Broadway actors singing in Times Square?
No, I didn't.
Go watch it.
Oh.
After this.
R.I.P.
Yeah, it was really beautiful.
I know that there was like I wonder if that's like a saying. Do they always say it the exact same way with the like we want to dedicate this performance and all thereafter? Because the way that Anthony Rapp said it was the exact same way that I don't know her name, but she's got short hair. She's like some theater legend or something.
Bernadette Peters?
Maybe. I don't know.
Is it red hair?
Maybe. I don't know.
I
can't remember, but it was the way that she dedicated the performance.
And everyone going forward.
And it was the exact same wording.
Yeah, usually they say something along those lines.
Okay, yeah. So I was like, I didn't know if that was something that was like, it's like that specific thing every time.
It might be. I'm not too sure.
Yeah. But yeah, it's very sad. Very, very sad. Let's see here. I missed, I gotta update my thing because there are definitely more chats that have come through.
2 hours, 33 minutes was original West Side Story.
There we go. Oh,
more interested.
TJ said, I have grown to be more interested in the new one.
Interesting.
Oh, original West Side. So this one's longer then.
Okay.
Jesus. Well, then again, I think back then it was like, oh my God, a 2.5 hour movie. We need a 15-minute intermission. Now it's like, Endgame, you got like the 30 seconds that it said 5 years later, and that was like 10 minutes into the movie.
TJ. Movies should not be that long.
Yeah.
If they're going to be that long, just do it in 2 parts so then you can add more to it. Like, I get it, like, money, production, whatever.
What if it's...
I don't want to see a 3-hour movie.
Would you consider that Endgame and Infinity War would be the exception, though, because that was a 1 and 2 part, and if it wasn't, it would have been a 5-hour movie?
I guess, but I feel like there's stuff
Or is that something they could have done in 3 parts?
I think they either could have done it in 3 parts, or there are things that didn't need to be, like, as long.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you cut each scene down by, like, 20 seconds, it really adds up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's
not
as hard as they make it to be to cut a movie.
Yeah. I also think it's just one. And
granted, talk faster.
I feel like I feel like too, like Endgame might be an exception to that because like they laid all the groundwork and everything, but also it's like with like a Spider-Man No Way Home situation, there's so much. It's so dense and so. Actually, I won't even go with Spider-Man Eternals. That was so dense, and they put so much into that movie. Like it was 2 hours and 41 minutes. Like. That was a movie that, like, oh my god, did not need to have nearly as much in it, fleshed out. Yes, Chloe Zhao, I get it. You're a beautiful director, and the cinematography is amazing and everything, but, like, just the spanning shots of, like, a character looking off in the like, all that stuff, shit added up, not to mention... That's the thing, is that they try to do so much, but also not even all the screen time was dedicated to moving the plot forward. Yeah. There was so much of it that could have just been cut.
Exactly.
Like, I think some reviewer said of the Eternals, they were like, yes, montages in film is like a trope, but also it began as a useful storytelling mechanic that Eternals...
Time has passed.
Yeah, like, if they had just done that in Eternals and just did, like, a team, all right, we're back together. Or not even all of us, because they don't all get back together, like, in a row. But if they just sped up that process... Yeah. I mean, it takes an hour and a half to get the team together in that movie. Like, if you did that in 40 minutes even, you'd shave 50 minutes off the runtime.
We saw House of Gucci recently.
Oh, yeah.
And...
I still have to see that.
About a third of the way through, I was like... the first third, I was like, perfect. But then, like, about halfway through, I was like, is this done? Like, can I leave? Like, can we please... Not saying it was a bad movie, but it was just, like, it took so long.
Yeah.
I don't like... I think 2:15 is a good movie time.
Yeah. I think from, like, 1:35 to 2:15.
Yeah, more than, like a extended episode of a
TV show.
Yeah.
But not as long as, like... life.
Yeah, no, literally, exactly. I want to be able to all musicals in theaters back then had a 15-minute intermission. Yeah, that's true too. So I guess people were accustomed
back
to that.
then.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Times have changed.
Yeah. But yeah, so let's get into back then, perhaps.
Okay.
So since there's 2 of us, we'll do the top 10. Yeah, the top 10 show shout out, top 10 show shout out, John Rocco Matnos. Where it's basically I'll let you go first.
Okay.
So you'll do your bottom 5, then I'll do my bottom 5.
Like my 10 through 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So you'll do your bottom 5, I'll do my bottom 5. Then we'll do, your next 2 and my next 2, and then once we get to the top 3, we'll go back and forth with it.
I want to preference by saying the way I rank them, I don't know about you, is my personal favorites. So I didn't really say, like, what was best.
No, that's exactly what
I mean. I'm not necessarily saying any of these are good.
Yeah.
And then there are a couple that aren't musicals, but they're musical-y, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
Okay. I do have honorable
mentions, too. I don't know if we want to do that.
Yeah,
I can just run through them.
Yeah, we can do our honorable mentions
I'll
first.
just list my honorable mentions.
We have a couple in the chat, too. We'll read those after our honorable mentions.
My honorable mentions are Wizard of Oz, Sound of Music, Yesterday, with the Beatles songs, A Star is Born, Camp Rock, The Phantom of the Opera, and Les Miserables.
Oh, shit. Hang on.
Mind you, The Phantom of the Opera, featuring Gerard Butler, was like my favorite movie in middle school. I have it on VHS. And then Camp Rock, classic. Yeah, those are just some of my honorable mentions. They didn't quite make the top 10, but they're still great. Or fun to watch.
It's true. Hang on. All right. So, my honorable mentions are... One sec. Hang on. Come on. There we go. Let's see here. So, one of my honorable mentions is really painful to me that it did not make the top 10.
Oh, no.
Because it absolutely deserves to make the top 10. But 10 is a very small number. And that's all, you can put in it.
Yeah.
This might come as a shock to some people watching this. But, Mamma Mia, here we go again.
Okay.
Did not crack the top 10. It was in there for a long while. But it did not crack the top 10, unfortunately. Not to say this is a bad movie.
It's the teacher scene.
Yeah.
Brought it down.
Yeah. Well, it's also, we've gone over this 1,000 times, but it's also the continuity errors.
That's one of my biggest pet peeves. I have a lot of pet peeves, I guess, but...
Next time you have to fill in for TJ, it's just going to be all about the continuity.
Honestly?
I am honestly 100% serious. Like,
honestly, I am also 100% serious.
We can just watch both of those and just do 2 hours on that. We've talked about this so many times. But yeah, so unfortunately did not make the top 10. Also honorable mentions would be Grease, which was like a very influential movie. When I was a kid, that was a really painful one to not put on the top 10. Also, I'm not ranking my honorable mentions just because
mine were just spitballing.
But Grease really pained me not to put it on there.
I'm curious what's in your top 10, but we'll find out.
There's at least 10 of them. One I might get some flack for.
Honestly,
but it's my number 10. So.
I'm probably gonna go home and be like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
Like, I'm probably forgetting about one that you'll mention or something.
Yeah. Another honorable mention also, Wizard of Oz, too. Like, it's very...
It's a classic.
And then another one, too, that is not actually listed here, but I will put in the honorable mentions. I watched probably 1,000 times as a kid, is The Wiz. Like,
okay, I've actually never seen that.
Oh, it's so good.
But I've heard... I know.
Yeah, it's so good. I know
it.
And it's not one of those things where I like either one better. I think that I watch them both. I feel like they're such separate. Yeah.
But yet not.
Yeah, it's like it's just that is to me the perfect, and that's not really a remake because it's the same
the thing
story.
About the musical Wicked is also like in that same realm of different, but not
same.
Canon.
Yeah, and then also
based on.
Say what you will about him, James Franco, but like I did like the Oz Great and Powerful. That was not a musical of any kind, but
is that Mila Kunis?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
But yeah, that I really liked that movie too. I like the whole. I like anything in like the what do you call it, the Oziverse or something? I don't know.
Sure.
But yeah, that one pained me not to put it on there. The Wiz and the Wizard of Oz, and then another one that. You know what? I'm going to make a change because I can't not put this in my top 10.
Oh.
So I'm going to change. I'm swapping my 10 and my highest honorable mention right now. And I will say
so the honorable mention you're saying was formerly your 10.
Was formerly my 10
okay.
that I was going to get flack for, but it was my 10, but I do love the movie, whatever people want to say about it. And that honorable mention is La La Land.
Okay.
okay.
With La La Land, I have not seen it in its entirety.
Okay.
We had it, and I watched the first half, and I was very disappointed. I don't know what I was expecting so much more. I had such big hype.
Oh yeah. To me, is like it's so up its own ass, but I love it because to me, like,
I don't know. Maybe I'll try again.
And honestly, to me too, I think the ending really, like, if you watch if you get all the way to the ending, if you get all the way to the ending, it really just kind of is like, because it's all about these LA people and it's LA, what everybody says about LA people, they're self-obsessed, whatever you want to say. The movie screams that at you, and fair enough. But then the ending is kind of like, okay, but yeah, you could be as self-obsessed as you want. Life is still going to kind of smack you in the face and, tell you to fuck off, basically. like so it kind of ends on a it doesn't end happy at all. It ends on a very somber
I like when
note.
movies do that though. I'm a realist, so
it's very like it really it ends and it's just, I mean, do you care about a spoiler?
No, not really.
I mean, I
feel like I know.
They don't end up again. Like it just doesn't work out. Like it doesn't work out. There's a time jump. They just move on and then
time jump.
Yeah, and then they see each other one more time. And there's like a little sequence of like what could have been, but then it sucks you back out, and it's like, but nope, that's not how life works.
I think when I saw, I could see what they were going for, and it just wasn't for me.
Yeah, and that's fair enough too. I think a lot of the reason I really just like it is because I just think Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone have good chemistry, and their performances are just really good.
They were really good in that. What's that movie?
Crazy
Steve
Stupid
Carell?
Love.
Yeah, they were good in that.
Yeah. Shout out Steve Carell. Steve Carell needs to do more musicals because that guy can sing.
When we go through, so am I discussing these films or am I just listing them?
No, we can discuss them.
Do I go through the 5 and then discuss after?
No, so what we can do is, if it is a punt, if it is something that's on my list, I
just go to the next one.
Yeah, we'll just go to the next one. But if it's one that's not on my list, or if it's one that we can talk about, then
and I can keep it short too. I know what I want to say about each thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you want me to start?
Yeah, sure.
My 10, I know for a fact is...
wait, hang on. Okay. Sorry, I forgot. More? Let's go... Well, I was going to read the ones off in chat.
Yes. Shelly has one.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
What?
Yeah, hers got changed, and I'm calling her out, though. Originally, Michelle in chat said, number 3, Sweeney Todd, number 2, Moulin Rouge, and number 1, Carousel. Now, she changed it to number 3, Moulin Rouge, number 2, Carousel, and number 1... La La Land.
Interesting.
It sounds like somebody forgot about La La Land. Sounds like somebody forgot about their number 1 musical. Interesting.
Number 10 makes sense. Number 1.
No, but I will say, I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, I know personally that she really loves that movie, so and again, to me, it is I really enjoy that movie. So it's fair enough. But yeah, it's very, very good. And I have to shout out also Scott Mance at ManceMan on Twitter, I believe. Number 1 La La Land fan. Never shuts up about it. It's been like 5 years. What else did I
Shannon?
miss? Yep, Shannon said number 1 Rocky Horror. Oh, okay. Number 1 Rocky Horror Picture Show. Number 2 Sweeney Todd, Demon Barber, Fleet Street. Number 3 Chicago. Okay. Yeah, those are definitely classics for sure. It looks like that's all we have so far. And then Emily Schwartz said Shrek. But yeah, anybody watching right now,
let us know.
Let us know. Like I said, let us know your rankings or just shout out, movie musicals, because I'm sure we're gonna forget a bunch. We're gonna leave a bunch off of the list.
Oh yeah,
so,
definitely.
We can just discuss some of the ones after.
And I think my list may surprise people.
Right.
I thought I would have more.
Like
we'll get into it.
We'll get into it.
Yeah.
Right.
Am I going?
Mm-hmm.
My number 10 is not on your list.
Okay.
It's The Greatest Showman.
That is not on my list.
Here is my thing with The Greatest Showman.
Do you know my thing with The Greatest Showman? Is that why you know it's not on my list? Okay.
There is something that I don't like about The Greatest Showman.
Is it all of it?
No, it's about like the production of it.
Okay.
Do you know who Jeremy Jordan is?
No.
He's a young, like 30. He's a Broadway actor.
Mm-hmm.
And he really pitched the idea of The Greatest Showman. And he really
Jackman
sold,
or just like to producers.
He really sold the film,
mm-hmm.
like helped it. And then he was going to be in it, and they said, let's get Zac Efron.
Oh,
which I love Zac Efron.
Mm-hmm.
He's great. He's never done any wrong by me. Same with Hugh Jackman. I think he's got a good voice. Maybe a little overused in musicals now. Like he was great in Les Mis.
Well, now what can he do?
I just feel like
musicals
so much.
is his main thing.
Yeah.
Well, not really. Yeah, I get what you mean, but
like Emily Shabazz, if she's still watching, she tweeted one time, I believe, I could be wrong. Like, wow, Hollywood just finds actors who can sing and then just go with it.
Yeah.
Like then they're in every single thing.
Yeah.
I don't like the history of like
P.T. Barnum.
P.T. Barnum.
Yeah.
So I don't really like.
And the movie definitely glorifies and
I don't like that at all. But if we're talking about it as a movie musical alone, without like all the other issues,
I think it's cute. Well, not cute's not the word, but there are catchy songs. Zendaya.
You know, my thing with it is, you know, I hated it. Like I
know.
I hated it, and I think I'll add it as an honorable mention. Like, cause I love to hate watch it. I mean, but I haven't.
I've grown to not like it as much, but I feel like it's a guilty pleasure. of mine.
Like, and I will stress
I don't
this.
want to like it.
I don't hate watch it like all the time. I probably haven't seen it in over 2 years, but like the main song, like the, you know,
This is the greatest.
Yeah, like that one, like, and I just love, you know, Hugh Jackman's voice is just like, it's really good.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's catchy songs and stuff. But yeah, that was, I think, the first movie for a lot of people that was like, oh, Zendaya's like what we know her now is like,
now she's like she's not shaking it up anymore.
No, she is not Casey Undercover. She is out and about. Shout out her and Tom Holland going red carpet official last night, by the way. Shout out. Somebody had
I have nothing to say about that.
Somebody tweeted a picture of them. I don't know if anybody has seen it, but like they were at this, you know,
his hand on her back.
Yeah, that picture.
Yeah.
But somebody, because Tom Holland's growing his hair out for
they're
role.
like, thank you, Zendaya.
No, it was like
Tom. Role.
It was Tom Holland was he's growing out. I think it's for a role. I think that's what somebody said. But either way, he's growing his hair out like super long and like kind of like curly, wild, like. And he's got like these little, like,
it suits him. Yeah, he's Englishman.
Yeah, like he's got. That's what I was. He's got like these little, like, you know, pure black horn rim, you know, glasses. And somebody said, pictured circa 2021, English book right with his hot American wife. And I just thought that was like the funniest
I keep seeing
caption.
like shout out to Zendaya for like showing Tom hair care and all this stuff.
Yeah, well, because he always kept it like high and tight.
Combed,
yeah, like,
which isn't bad, but I do like it a little.
And I remember people were like, it was like a big story, not like a big story, but like the like Marvel trades and, you know, Hollywood trades ran with it. Were like 2 years ago, he was like the third Spider-Man movie, you're gonna see like Peter Parker's gonna have like the longest hair he's had. He was like, I'm like growing it out for this, and now it's like I couldn't even picture him going back. Like if you look at Civil War, he like doesn't even have any hair. Yeah. Like it's all on. He's got like the shaved
like
sides.
A little boy.
And it's all on like the top of his head. But yeah, so that was your number 10.
Number 9 is Hairspray, 2007 Hairspray.
I'll throw that as an honorable mention.
Okay, I don't have much to say. I don't know if it was done well. I've never actually seen the stage show, but
every day is PFN day.
Queen Latifah.
Oh, your iron. I could quote that movie all day long.
John Travolta actually did a really good job. Just for walking. Like, it's entertaining. Like, it's supposed to be like cringy funny as well. Also, honorable mention to James Marsden in general.
Corny Collins, man.
He needs to be in more
so good
musicals as well, or he needs to be appreciated a little more. That's all I'm gonna say about that. My number 8 is
there he is. He's top billing in Sonic, and he's not even on the poster.
Number 8 is Grease. It is a classic. Yeah. I did grow up with it. My mom is like obsessed with Grease. That's really, I feel like it was sort of not necessarily the blueprint, but it's one of them. And then number 7 isn't like a musical, but it's close enough. Pitch Perfect 1.
Oh, there you go.
2 and 3 are not included. I know you love her, but Haley Steinfeld ruined Pitch Perfect. But I can...
And that'll do it for episode 63.
I can quote this movie backwards, forwards. I can do the riff off for you.
Ben Platt,
all
right?
Voice parts. Ben Platt was in it. He was like freshly 18, you know.
He was the correct age.
This was like 10 years before Dear Evan Hansen. Anna Kendrick has a beautiful voice as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then my number 6 is In the Heights, which just came out this past summer. I didn't see the stage show before then. I watched the slime tutorial on YouTube after the movie came out. If you're in the theater, that's like on YouTube. It's like how you can watch the like stage shows without. It's listed as slime tutorial.
Oh.
Like slime tutorial in the Heights. So it doesn't get copyright claimed. But I was really impressed with In the Heights.
probably one of the best, in my opinion, staged film. It was really good. Cinematography was good. Casting was good. For the most part, there were some things I didn't like at first, but then I grew to like.
Holy crap. Sorry, I just looked up slime tutorials. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, if you know, you know.
That's, yeah, if you... Okay, yeah, if you know, you know. All right.
Yeah, so that's my bottom 5.
Okay. All right. Run it back one more time.
Okay, so 10, Greatest Showman. 9, Hairspray. 8, Grease. 7, Pitch Perfect 1. The only Pitch Perfect that's on my list, just to be fair. 5, I'm sorry. And then 6 is In the Heights. Not a single pun.
No, not maybe there'll be commonality up top. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm worried. So my number 10, which was an honorable mention, which was flip-flopping with La La Land, was a very influential movie for me as a child. Do you have a guess? I'll give you a hint. It's old. It's very old.
Singing in the Rain.
No, but that should be a pun. That was a very influential movie.
It's an old movie?
I
don't know.
1968. The answer is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh.
Boom.
I've only seen parts of it. It's because TJ makes me watch it.
Oh my god. I love, like, that movie. It was so...
Yeah.
Also...
Oh, Mary Poppins was also an honorable mention for me.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
I'm just going to say this right now, too, because I know this will upset one person in particular in the chat, but a big honorable mention for me is Xanadu as well. That was like...
I don't know that one.
You don't know that at all?
Never heard of that. Is that Dick Van Dyke? I've never heard of that in my life. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god. No, it was like Gene Kelly, Olivia Newton-John.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't really know how to describe it. It's like I don't really know. It's very, so it's like about these ghost women who are like, they're not ghosts. It's like these women in a painting who are like almost like they're artistic muses basically, but it's almost like they're like these like spirits that like come to help artists in need to like do that. And so Olivia Newton-John plays that, and she's like helping out the main guy, and
1968.
No, that was not. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh, okay.
No, this was much later.
Sorry, my thoughts are all blended together.
No, it's okay. Yeah, this was much later.
Olivia Newton-John.
She was 2.
Jeez.
No, but so this was later on, but yeah, so it's like about like she has to help him basically get out of this like creative funk and stuff, and so then they find this old place called it was called the Xanadu and stuff. And so it's basically this like club basically that they reinvigorate. He's like
I've never heard anything about this.
Yeah, it's like crazy. It's really good. It's really, really good. And so basically 1980 and Xanadu. Yeah.
Okay.
So and then basically Gene Kelly plays the previous person that she came to help. And so it's kind of like the three of them, going on this thing, and it's like, the main guy is starting to fall in love with her, but then like Gene Kelly's like, oh, she's not gonna be around forever, that kind of thing, and it's like them kind of catching up and stuff, and then at the end she can't stay around forever. It's like a disco Nanny McPhee.
Okay.
But it's really, really good. I mean, it's super campy and like musically and stuff. But wow, no, but it's super campy and like super musically and stuff like that, but it's really, really good. And Gene Kelly's like amazing in it.
He's Gene Kelly.
Yeah,
so.
Like he's like really, really good in it. But yeah, that is a massive honorable mention. 10 is a very small number. It would definitely make it, I would say this, it would definitely make it higher on my list if I was doing more than 10. I don't know how that makes sense, because I feel like my top 10 are like more movies I need to include.
Yes.
But if I already included those at like 11 and 12, I would put Xanadu like in my top 5.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that aside, that was not on my list. Just a honorable mention. So number 10 is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Number 9 may be our first punt. I don't know. Number 9 is Sweeney Todd and the Demon Barber of Fleet Street.
No, not on my list at all.
Wow.
I've never seen it.
Is it a poor adaptation?
I don't.
All I know is Johnny Depp and Andy Bernard from The Office.
I don't like Johnny Depp.
Like even I'm not
a Johnny Depp fan. The only thing where I'm like, oh, I like this is, What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Other than that, for sure. I can appreciate he's a good actor. He's talented. Just everything he's in is just so creepy. Like Tim Burton, I can't do. Yeah. Like, and I feel like they're like basically like hand in hand.
Yeah.
So
what are your thoughts on Helena Bonham Carter?
She's the female Johnny Depp.
Okay.
Like same thing. Like actually, honestly, she almost ruined Les Mis for me.
Wow. Like, so you can't get down with,
I won't even watch it.
You can't get down with, like, Edward Scissorhands?
Never seen it.
Wow.
I refuse to watch. I've seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I wish I hadn't. But, yeah, I don't know. I know he's good at what he does, but he's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
that's why Sweeney Todd is not on my list. Yeah. I'm sorry for those who do.
But, yeah, I mean, to me, yeah, I really love the movie. For me, speaking of Les Mis, Sasha Baron Cohen was like, that was the first time you really saw him as like, oh, he can, he's not just, Ali G or Borat. Like, yeah, he plays like the rival barber that like the traveling barber that like comes in and like tries to, show him up in the street or whatever. He's like, it's a smaller role, but he's really freaking good in it. And that was really the first time that you're like, oh, because it was the same year as Borat? It was the same year as Borat. So you're like, how is this the same guy? It's kind of like last year when Borat 2 came out, but also like Trial of Chicago 7.
I was gonna say, I feel like he can play he's got a very wide range.
Yeah. And because he's like
I'm not Borat is not my sense of humor at all. Yeah. But I have seen him on other things where I'm like, oh yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
And I love his wife. So.
Yeah. But yeah, that's, he's a very small part of it, but he's really good. And then, of course, Johnny Depp is very good in the role, in my opinion, too. And then the late, great Alan Rickman as the judge is fucking phenomenal. Like, it's to me, it's one of his best performances in anything. Okay. I mean, and Snape's my favorite character. Yeah. So, like, I'm a little Alan Rickman, like, biased, but, like, in terms of performance, especially with, like, the singing, he's got kind of like a Pierce Brosnan, Mamma Mia, like, but he can, the difference is Alan Rickman, that's just how his vocal cords sound, but he can sing. You know what I mean? Pierce Brosnan's like, but like Alan Rickman, he can properly sing. It's just his actual voice is so deep and it sounds kind of funky, but it sounds like good funky. Like it like suits the character really well too. But yeah, I really love that movie. And then speaking of Johnny Depp and musicals and Tim Burton and chocolate factories,
is that your number?
My number 8.
Oh, 8
is not Charlie and Chocolate Factory. Well. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay, that I was going to put as an honorable mention, but it's like it is musical, but it's not. It's like one of those like it's not a musical, but they do have musical numbers.
Yeah, like there's like it's not the whole thing's not a musical, but like there's like 6 big songs.
Yes, that's why I was like I'm not sure, and then I kind of it was on my honorable mention.
And I feel like this goes for everybody. Are all great with the glaring exception of Cheer Up Charlie, which is the song that his mother sings, which is terrible.
It's okay.
In my opinion.
But Gene Wilder, why did I say it like
Gene Wilder. Yeah, like my Pure Imagination. I mean, that's like just that song alone is like, and his singing and stuff. And the actual scene within the movie. So, yeah, and all the songs and stuff like that. Like,
I guess it's a musical. I just never, when I think of Willy Wonka, I don't think musical.
Yeah, because, I would say there's a lot of songs, but it's still...
I forget that there are songs
it's sometimes. It's still only, like, it's like 60%
like,
talking.
I was going to say, like, not that much of the movie.
Yeah, like...
Not majority.
Yeah, it's not the majority of it, which I feel like... When you think like a movie musical...
Each kid gets like a song, right? Not even.
Well, the Oompa Loompas sing a song about each kid, but yeah, only Charlie sings. Yeah. Well, wait, does Charlie even sing?
Let us know.
Let us know in the comments.
I know
no,
Willie does.
Yeah, he's singing up a storm. But yeah, I mean, it's on there. Just a great movie, obviously influential. Big movie in my childhood type of thing.
Okay.
Number 7, which I think was an honorable mention of yours, is a little Joel Schumacher, Jerry Butler piece. I like to call The Phantom of the Opera.
Okay.
For Patrick Wilson's wig.
Yeah, that was, I think I said it was my favorite movie, like in middle school. I was obsessed with Phantom of the Opera at that time.
Yeah.
I own it. I just have simply grown out of it. No, I think Gerard Butler does a good job. Patrick Wilson does a good job. What's her name? Shameless. Emmy Rossum. She was 16 in that film.
Really?
Yeah. She does a really good job. There's something about her that's just kind of off for me where I'm like, why don't I like her that much?
Somebody, we're getting like a freaking bot in the chat. Hang on, I'm reporting it.
Oh.
What the fuck? Well, when in YouTube,
Oh.
Yeah. Oh my god, how do I freaking...
That's not my favorite musical.
Okay,
I just reported them.
Yeah, I think it's out. Jesus Christ. Okay, anyways. Yeah. Okay, good. It's gone. There we go. I don't know what the hell that was.
So sorry if you saw that.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was.
We do not condone
what that is preaching. But there, it's blocked. It should be gone now. Jesus Christ. But yeah, really great movie. Jerry B, holding it down as the Phantom, which is like, again, like we're talking about how they just like find people that are good at musicals and just cast them.
But they
where's him again?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Where's he?
I'm good with maybe once every decade.
Yeah. Where's he if they ever do a Mamma Mia 3?
Where's he in general?
Holding it down is Mike Manning in the Has Fallen franchise.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. And like
Patrick Wilson kind of popped off.
Yeah, it's like that's like
a horror.
There's like a famous tweet that's like a picture of Patrick Wilson and
like
it
people
says
never knowing his name.
And it says this dude has made it his life's mission to be in as many things as possible and refuses to be famous. Like that. And Patrick Wilson just retweeted it with like the prayer hands. But that's like so funny. But like to me, like Patrick Wilson, like he's for people that like are in the know, if people are watching this show right now, like we know who Patrick Wilson. Like Patrick Wilson is a workhorse of an actor. Like he is so good, and as all over the place as people's accents should be or should not be in this movie and stuff, like him as Raul, as she says,
it's Raul.
Yeah. He is so good in this, and then of course, his wig is just
they're all so young,
the floppiest. Oh my god, like I have no idea that she was 16.
Yeah, she was 16 in that movie.
And then like Minnie Driver,
because like now she's only like maybe like early to mid 30s.
Yeah.
And that movie I want to say is like 2004 or 5, like the mid 2000s.
Yeah, 2004.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, really, really good. Very, very good. And then my number 6, also super influential, also a remake.
Oh.
Is 2005's The Producers.
Never seen it. I know the songs.
Mm-hmm.
I had to sing them for chorus in high school and stuff.
Springtime for Hitler?
No. Opening Night.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's from that?
Mm-hmm.
But I've never seen it. But I've heard many things.
Mm-hmm. It's just amazing. I mean, it's like Mel Brooks, the original is really, really good. Again, Gene Wilder. Not a musical. Just a the stage play adaptation into a film.
Mm-hmm.
It does a hard thing, the 2005 one, because and the stage musical when it became a musical, because basically it's just the script in song of the original movie, which is like very hard to do. That it's not really that changed, but it's just all set to music and it's done like really, really well. But yeah, so like they're both really good, but I just love just the musical aspect of it. Like Will Ferrell, like all of his songs, and and then Will Ferrell doesn't sing that much, but he does have a good voice too. But in this, he's kind of like singing in a funny voice, like it's like a German accent type thing. But then on the more like professional singing level, like Nathan Lane and like Matthew Broderick are like just phenomenal in this movie, like because they're like professional singers, as well as being comedians. Like they're so good in this, and they're the main, the two main actors, Bialystok and Bloom, which are like really good. And then it's just like the musical number aspect of it, like because the whole movie's played like the stage production, like it goes in the scene order, like nothing's added, nothing's taken out. It's just professionally done on movie sets and stuff like that. Like Leo and Max, like that song, and all like the courtroom scene and stuff like that. It's just so funny. Like and then too, it's just like the comedy of it is so good. Like there's this one scene where Max Bialystok, Nathan Lane's character, he's in prison, and he's like a drama queen, like a massive like drama queen guy, and he's like in prison, like wallowing away, and he's been in there for like maybe 3 days, and he's like going crazy, and he gets this flashback of this woman yelling the name Alvin on a porch, and he's like, I see mother calling my name, and then he goes, and then he like going on this whole like dramatic monologue, and then he goes, wait a minute, my name's not Alvin. And then he like starts crying, and he goes, somebody else's life is flashing before my eyes. And that's just like one of the funniest scenes I've literally ever seen in a movie. Like it's just so stupid, but so funny.
I've been wanting to watch it because
and it's super short too. It's like how long is it? Yeah, it's like it's really good. But yeah, that's my bottom 5. We have no crossover so far, so yikes. I'm very interested. But all right, so then you do your next 2, so your 5 and your 4.
Okay, my 5 is Rent.
Okay.
Not on my list. This is what I would like to say, bringing it back.
Like the Rosario Dawson.
Movie. Yeah. Great example of like, just use the Broadway actors.
Yeah.
I think Rosario Dawson is like maybe the only like
actor.
Tracy Thompson, is that her name? She's also an actor. I know she was in the show Cold Case, I believe. Ooh. Or Without a Trace, one of those.
Dun, dun.
But everyone else, Idina Menzel, Anthony Rapp, Adam Pascal, like they're all the original characters. And I think, I'm not sure how well it did, honestly, at the time, but I know I watch it and I'm like...
What's his name?
And Anthony Pascal was also in Hawkeye. We were watching Hawkeye and I was like, oh my god, he's from Rent.
Who's he in Hawkeye?
Rogers in Rogers the Musical.
Oh, I see.
And he also made a cameo appearance in Tick Tick Boom.
What is oh my god, I'm like out of my mind right now. Jesse L. Martin was in The Flash. He plays Joe West in The Flash.
Is he? Yeah. Okay. He actually knows, like Jonathan Larson knew him. They both worked at the Moondance Diner. That's how they met. And he cast him in Rent.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty positive.
Oh my god, that's like amazing.
Yeah, I might, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how he got to have him in his musical.
Wow, look at that. And now he's getting a steady paycheck. Is like
his voice is beautiful.
One of the best. They did a musical episode of the Flash and Supergirl crossed over for a musical episode.
Well, they were both in Glee, so
yeah, it was Melissa Benoist, Grant Gustin, John Barrowman, Victor Garber, and Jesse L. Martin, basically just singing it. Basically any Arrow character, and it was like a multiverse thing where they got trapped in a musical universe. So it was like John Barrowman, like he was dead, like but like they just brought him back because
so he could sing.
Yeah, just so he could sing, basically. But it was so funny.
I will say, at first I hated Rent. It was way too risque for me. Really? I was just very uncomfortable with a lot of the like.
Well, you have a very like religious background too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I do too, but like, yeah.
So like, I was just uncomfortable with a lot of the topics. If you don't know, there's a lot of like prostitution, drugs, AIDS, homosexual, like trans, like there's a lot of issues in it that I just wasn't familiar with, and I was always super like, why? But the older I get and the more I'm like mature, I'm like, this is actually like a really great show. And then, yeah, the movie is good. It's not quite the same. It's never gonna be, but yeah, I recommend it.
Cool.
It's still pretty good.
Awesome.
My 4, sorry, is Mamma Mia.
The first one?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't even mention the second one.
Yeah. Well, I will say it's not a punt, but we'll talk about it. My number 4 is Mamma Mia.
You didn't say number 5. Oh, but we're on the same level.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as it's in the same tier, we can talk about it.
Yeah, I also started not liking Mamma Mia. I didn't watch it for the longest time. I actually watched it for the first time probably around like 4 years ago. I personally am not a huge fan of Amanda Seyfried's voice.
It's very like...
it can be pretty.
It's very like... what's the word? Like it vibrates?
I think it's more like of a... like in her nasal cavity.
Yeah.
It's very soprano. Like I like her more in Mamma Mia than I did in Les Mis.
Okay. Gabagool.
If you
Sopranos.
Yeah. I'm an alto too, which is the lowest female voice part.
What is happening right now?
Leave us alone.
Ay.
Oh no,
They're blocked. I don't know what is going on with YouTube. We've only had this happen one other time. I mean, I guess that's a good track record because it happens on YouTube channels a lot. But we've only had this happen one other time, which was like very as annoying as this. Ay.
But no, then I got into it, and it's just
So, I don't know if it's because it's just ABBA songs and I like ABBA. I also really like Cotton Fur. It's just like, I don't know. There's something about it.
Yeah. I mean, everything you just said. I mean, it's really great. Like, Colin Firth, as, untrained as he is, like Pierce Brosnan, like, there's just something about, like, he just like, goes for it.
Charisma.
You know what I mean? Like, he just goes for it. And, like, his chemistry with Meryl Streep is, like, amazing. Like, it's
honestly,
really good.
They all have great chemistry, all 4 of them. It's like...
It's like you believe, and again, I feel like they've gotten that kind of dynamic has worked well on the stage too with it. Like it's like you really believe all 3 of them could be the dad.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I think we know who the dad is. Bill.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
I don't know my mind is Bill, but
yeah. It just makes the most sense because like the Great Aunt Sophia and like the island.
There's so much.
God knows the timing doesn't match up to have it be, Bill with the second movie, but whatever. That's a conversation for another day.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mamma Mia 1 is just so great, and I just love like the style of it, like just like some of the stylistic stuff, like in the very beginning.
Mediterranean.
Yeah, but like even like the editing, like one of my favorite things is just the randomness of like. In the very beginning of the movie, when she sends the letters out, and then it's like the title card, and then when it comes back, it's like when the song kicks in, and it's like the slot machines, and it's like Bill, Sam, and Harry, and it's like that was so freaking funny.
What's her name?
Julie Walters, like Molly Weasley.
Yes, great job. I didn't even. Do you know how long it took me? Christine is from here.
Butler,
did you know that?
yeah.
Chicago, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out. They did great too. They've really fit the roles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does she say? You have half the world stuffing something with various vegetables or whatever the hell she's talking about. And then she rubs donkey cream on her face or something. Just some of the lines they have is so good.
Well, that was your 4. What's your 5?
My number 5 is I don't know if this will be on your list or not, but my number 5 is Rocky Horror Picture Show.
It's not on my list.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
Yes. Sort of the same thing as Rent. It just always made me uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
It
also deals with it in a very different way than Rent does.
Yeah, I've grown so much as a person, I still can't really watch it. I don't know. It's just too...
I like it. Like, Time Warp,
Yeah.
For me, it's just, like, too much. Maybe I'll watch it around Halloween.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad. Mm-hmm. It's just not something that I would, like, watch over and over and over.
That's, like... That's, like, the... is that the first one? That might be the first one that we've gone over so far that I could just, like, every single line. I could just bang. Like, I could just hit. Like, I could do that whole movie, like, off memory. Yeah, I've seen it literally probably at least 80 times. Okay. Like legitimately 80 times.
I've seen the Glee episode of it. No, even when, like, I'm watching Glee, if I'm watching it through, usually I'm like, I don't need to watch this episode.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, there's just, it's not for me, personally. I like...
And they for some reason, in the Glee episode, they changed the word transsexual to transvestite. Like, and in the movie and in the stage show, he does say transvestite sometimes, but, like, he mainly, says...
I thought that was a song.
It is, the Sweet Transvestite,
okay.
but...
like, every time they say it, they don't say transsexual?
Yeah, like, like, when he sings, like, the chorus, that's what he says in the chorus, but when he says it otherwise, he says, transsexual and, like, a couple other things. I wonder if it was... No. Maybe it was just, like, simplicity for the audience that they were doing it for.
I was going to say maybe, like, they weren't allowed to say it, but they say so much on that show.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Because I saw on TikTok the one day, I was like, they paused it, and then they were like, why the fuck, like, did they change that?
Yeah,
like,
that's so weird.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just weird shit like that show does sometimes. That show's a whole nother, we could have a whole podcast about that show, but, let's not. And so we didn't. Yeah, so that's my number 5. I mean, I fucking love that movie so much. I watch it, year round. But yeah, it's really good. I want to say...
Do you ever go when they do, like, the
I was just going to say...
I've gone to one of them. I think
Paige and I went.
I know Meredith goes.
I think me, Paige, and Meredith went.
You might have.
I think we did, but like, I can't...
What you would do.
Yeah, like, I can't...
Or you talked about it so much that you think you went.
Well, because we definitely... So I've been to the screening room, like, a whole bunch of times, but with Paige specifically... Once was, I believe it was the Rocky Horror thing, and then another one was me, her, and Anthony went to see The Room.
Yeah, I knew about that one.
Yeah, and then I think the other one was we went and saw Rocky Horror. Okay. I think that's what it was. But yeah, I mean, I would totally do that. Once COVID's over, like, and now that I'm, like, also another thing too was, like, now that I'm back living where I'm living and not, I moved away for, like, a year, not far away.
Random, by the way, when I was driving here and I was like, oh, I'm going to Sean's.
I drove to your old house.
Oh, really?
And I was like, what am I doing?
That's funny.
Because he used to live like 3 blocks away.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, oh, wait, he hasn't lived here in years.
Yeah. But yeah, now that like I'm like back over here in a more like metropolitan area, I definitely want to go, like, I would be down for like making that a yearly tradition of like going to do that.
Yeah.
Because I did it the one year and then I moved and then COVID happened, so it's like everything kind of got derailed. But yeah, I would definitely do that every year. Like, it's just such a fun time in the theater and like everybody's just having fun and stuff. The one criticism I will say of it is like sometimes it can be a bit much, but maybe it's just because like it was my first time doing it.
That's just me with the movie in general.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not
against
my thing
the
was
movie,
like, my thing
was like,
just...
everybody shut up, like, I'm trying to watch the movie. Like,
that's how I am at the movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, the movie's just like, I get anxiety.
Yeah.
Like...
I just love it. It's so good.
Valid.
Yeah. And like Susan Sarandon and Barry Bostwick, like, they're just so good. So good in
Tim
that
Curry.
Movie. Yeah, I mean, what can you say?
Also known as the professor from Jimmy Neutron.
Absolutely. Yeah. So good. So now we do one apiece. So what's your number 3?
Honestly, number 3?
The only thing we've crossed over so far is Mamma Mia in the exact same position.
I'm not even confident you've heard of my number 2. I'll just put that out there. Okay. My number 3 is Tick Tick Boom.
Really?
I really liked it. I think, well, I love the songs. Mm-hmm. I like the
performances are really great.
Yeah, I like the biopic. Is that what it's considered?
Yeah, like the biopic aspect of it.
I like the aspect of it, like, but it's still a musical. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I think it was unique and...
Yeah, it is interesting. There's not...
I don't know if it's because it's so fresh in my mind that I rated it so high as well.
Well,
like, things might change.
One thing I'll always say is like, even if it is like a recency bias thing, if your recency bias puts it at number 3, it's at least gonna make your top 10 once it settles.
Yeah. But no, I just really liked it. That's all I gotta say about it.
I mean, I'll definitely throw it on as an honorable mention. Yeah. Like, I really liked it. And it's definitely there's not enough of them, but it's definitely like its own little subgenre of like the musical biopic.
Yeah.
I want there to be more like that.
Exactly.
Like I really
but
like
it's so
that
hard
style.
to do, and it's like you got to find who
perfectly fits it. Yeah, and it's like maybe there'll be, you know, great one about like Stephen Sondheim or something. I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah. My number 3, which I don't know if it's going to be on your list, is another very influential movie, and this is the last one I'll say is a very influential movie because the other two are just like I just love them. This one I have also watched probably 80 times. Also could say the entire movie backwards and forwards from memory. Number 3 is Moulin Rouge.
Oh. No.
No, that's not even on your list at all?
That's not on my list.
Oh my gosh.
I've also... I don't want to sound like I'm a fake musical fan, but I haven't seen it. And I think... Isn't that a little more mature, too?
TJ said, this is the life, blah, 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 blah.
Correct. Mm. But that's a little more, like, mature as well, right?
Oh, for sure.
I think I'm just now getting into...
It's about a prostitute that dies.
I was always such into musical theater and everything, but I wasn't, I was never attracted to that side of musical theater.
I'll just give a little insight because my parental unit is in the chat right now. I was raised on movies on repeat, such as, and I'm not even kidding, at the age of 2, I had probably seen Moulin Rouge, Rocky Horror, like at least 5 times. But then after that, when I really could start comprehending things, I had a healthy rotation of Moulin Rouge, Rocky Horror Picture Show, and The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, which I'll also put on as an honorable mention because that is also a musical with Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise and like a whole bunch of people like that. But yeah, some very adult, very inappropriate movies.
So I think I'm just late to the game when it comes to that stuff. Like I just haven't had the opportunity to.
Yeah.
It is on my list.
But Moulin Rouge is very,
watch.
You know, the other ones are, you know, Rocky Horror is kind of its own thing, but it definitely is more of a comedy than a drama. Like, and then
it scares me.
Yeah, and then like Best Little Whorehouse in Texas is definitely a comedy. Moulin Rouge is not a comedy.
Yeah,
like,
no, I know like the plot of it.
Yeah, like there are comedic
I just haven't
elements
physically
for sure.
seen it.
Yeah, like there are comedic elements for sure. And a good amount of them, but like if you strip that away, like the actual, no pun intended, if you strip that away, like the actual story is like atrociously dark.
I know the gist.
Yeah, and it's one of those ones that does the mashing of pop songs and stuff.
Did you
really
see
makes it work too.
Did you watch the parade for Thanksgiving?
No, I didn't.
Oh, Moulin Rouge performed the cast.
Oh, is it on Broadway?
I believe so.
There you go. Boom.
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, Ewan McGregor is amazing. Jim Broadbent, Nicole Kidman, of course. So many just great performances and great people in the movie. I would say like Jim Broadbent, John Leguizamo, and then the two leads mostly are just really, really good in it. But yeah, it's definitely my number 3 for sure.
Okay.
And your number 2, you said you don't even think I've heard of it.
I don't know. You may have. The Last 5 Years.
No, I have no idea what that is.
It stars Jeremy Jordan, who I mentioned before.
Oh, yeah.
He's on Broadway. He was in Newsies. He's currently in Little Shop of Horror. And Anna Kendrick. They're the 2 main characters. They're really the only people with lines. It's just about them falling in and out of love within 5 years. It kind of like jumps like present day, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago. Like it jumps back and forth. It's just like their love story. I highly recommend it.
Oh, you know what I was thinking? I was like, oh, wait, hang on. Yeah, Jeremy Jordan. That's
yeah. Oh, he's in like
Supergirl.
He's in
yeah.
I was gonna say he's in one of the CW shows.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, wait a minute, is that what? When you said that, the movie I was thinking, I was like, maybe I do know that. I was thinking of the 5-Year Engagement with Jason Segel and Emily Blunt. It's like that's a very different movie.
Very different. No, but it's really I really like it. I don't really want to spoil anything, but no. Anna Kendrick has a great voice. Jeremy Jordan has a great voice.
Well, I like the cast for sure.
And then like the stage production is literally just the two people, Kathy and Jamie, literally just the two of them. So the movie, like, you see like extras, but and it is if you don't like musicals that don't have dialogue, then this isn't for you.
Yeah, like
they sing almost all of their dialogue. I think there's maybe some parts where they speak, but majority is singing.
I want to put it can't be on this list, but I really love the movie Waitress, which is not a musical.
Correct.
And I really love the musical Waitress, which is not a movie.
Yes, I've not. I know the musical. I don't know the movie.
The movie is really good.
Kerry Russell? Is that her name?
Kerry Russell.
Yes. Honorable mention, August Rush.
Yeah.
That's not really a musical, but there's a lot of music in it.
Yeah.
She's in that. That's why.
Okay. Yeah.
She's the mother.
But yeah, like, it doesn't count for this list. But those two individual parts, if they could do another version of the like that, I'd be down to see a movie version of the actual musical, like a musical version of it. But that being said, like the movie is really, really good.
I have been wanting to watch it because I like the musical a lot.
Yeah, like it's got like Cheryl Hines. Okay, why? How am I just forgetting this like massively famous person's name? Nathan Fillion. That's who it is. He plays the doctor. I was like, how am I just like completely blanking on this?
He plays the doctor.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really, really.
That was
good.
my number 2.
Nice. Oh yeah, so my number 2, right? Yeah, duh.
Okay.
My number 2. I don't know if this is gonna be on your list.
I don't know.
I actually no. I think it was an honorable mention. I saw this movie I think 9 times in the theaters. And I just I cry every time I watch this movie. I love this movie so much. I know it was an honorable mention. I assume it's an honorable mention because you do like it.
I know what one you're talking about.
Okay.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Yesterday?
No.
Oh.
That would
you
definitely
loved that movie, didn't you?
Yes, I did, and I also cried in that movie. I love that movie.
I was gonna say, you watched that a lot.
I just didn't consider it like a musical, I guess.
Okay.
But it's
that's why it was like in my honorable mention, because it wasn't a musical.
No, yeah, but I loved that movie, and that I also saw a lot.
I don't know. What did I say?
This I really...
Star is Born?
Yeah.
Okay.
A Star is Born.
Yeah, that was so close, but it's like, is it a musical? Because it's like they're on stage.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I agree, but for the purposes of how much I love it, it's a musical.
I also saw it about 3 or 4 times in theater because when the theater I ended up moving to opened up, that was like one of the films it started with when we had no customers.
Oh, yeah.
So I would just watch it as well. So I've seen it a decent amount.
Yeah.
I didn't like Lady Gaga until this movie.
Like in general or as an actress?
In general.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I liked her music, but like I didn't really like have any thoughts on her as a person. Yeah, until this. Like this, I was like, holy, like
Bradley Cooper. Yeah, like he can sing.
Like
let's not drag it.
I just like, and I haven't watched it in such a long time, and I have this horrible feeling that I'm gonna watch it tonight, and I'm going to cry because it's just, and no matter how many times, and I have fully seen every version of A Star Is Born. I have seen the Judy Garland. I have seen the Barbra Streisand. Like, I've seen all of them. And this is just like, it's just like a whole nother, like, they just did something with this. And also, can we shout out Bradley Cooper? Not only can he act, not only can he sing, writing, producing, directing.
Like, what can't he do?
Literally, like, this was his, like, baby. And just, the whole, like, hey.
I just want to add in, Chris.
I'm taking another look at you.
Chris said, if we're counting animated films, Lion King would be his top. And then
Chris Wass. Shout out Chris Wass. Chris, I hope everything's going all right, buddy. Chris, I really hope
it's a long night ahead.
All right. He's got a...
And then, rumor has it that you used to sing to the person at the door on Halloween, the Moulin Rouge songs.
Oh, I definitely did. Yeah, and like Michelle,
Sam Elliott, yeah.
Yeah, Sam, oh my God. And the whole, like, when music is the same 12 notes repeated, you know what I mean? Like, that whole, well, the only reason I could do a good Sam Elliott impression is because, have you ever seen the movie The Hero with him?
I may have.
It's like, it's him, basically, he's not the only actor by any means, but it's like it's following him, and it's like he's an actor who, you know, kind of it's almost like his Birdman. That's actually the perfect way to put it. That's like explains it completely, basically. And the opening of the movie is him doing a barbecue sauce commercial, and he says about 25 times in a row, "Lone Star barbecue sauce, the perfect partner for your chicken." And I like, so I just like say that all the time, and it helps me do a good Sam Elliott impression. But seriously, that movie's amazing and very dramatic. Not a musical, but he's so good in that. But this, like, when he goes on that, you know, the monologue about like the same 12 notes or whatever, and like that whole thing that he gives at the end to her, it's just like, oh my god, like it's like so emotional.
You know what? This movie has a good montage scene. Doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And also it has one of the most heartbreaking cuts in a movie that has ever happened. Do you know what I'm going to say? When it goes from her singing on stage and then it cuts to him at the piano when he was still alive, and it's like,
ooh, chills. I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
No, literally, like that. I always make myself live through it.
5-star film. Because
that cut is on my Snapchat, like as a memory, like that I recorded in the theater. It was like 5 seconds. Don't sue me, Adam.
I didn't expect what happened to happen, I will say.
So you hadn't seen the previous
never
ones?
Seen any of them besides this one.
Yeah. So I knew, but it's not like this.
Oh, really?
This is a big departure. But before it was a drowning and a motorcycle accident. And then I can't remember the other one because this is the fourth.
Oh.
But this was the most like visceral,
heartbreaking.
Like because this was. Spoiler. I mean,
it
was full on. Yeah, like suicide. Like it was full on. You know, he actively did it. The other ones were.
Which you can hint. There's hinting of the depression throughout the. Or they not even hinting. Yeah. They just full out say he's depressed, basically.
Yeah, and then also it's like the rehab and like alcoholism and stuff like that. And like when
I gotta watch it again.
The award scene too, where he's like, you think he's finally like gonna get it together, and then
he pees himself.
Yeah, and it's like, oh my god.
I think that part I audibly gasped.
And it's like,
because like just... you feel for him so bad, and yet if I were to see some random celebrity. If this was real life and I saw a celebrity do that, I'd be like, what a drunk.
What the fuck? Yeah,
like what's going on with, like, get your life together. But like seeing the.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, 2 drownings and a car crash. That's right. Because it was like, definitely, like, I remember those the drownings. I couldn't remember if the other one that I couldn't remember was also a drowning. So I think the original thing is the drowning, and then they changed it up for the Barber Streisand one, and then they changed it up again for this one.
Well, bravo.
Yeah. I mean, it's so good. But literally, like I said, all the versions of it are really good, but this one is, you know, leagues above the other two completely. But yeah. Yeah. So what is your number one? What are the chances that we have the same number one?
I don't know. I'm getting nervous. You haven't said it. But also like the vibe you're going on, I don't know if you will. My number one
is,
I cannot count the amount of times I've seen this. I can say every single word. I know every single dance move.
Not the same.
Well, really, I'm going to say the franchise
Bring It On?
Of High School Musical.
That's really your number one?
My number one. I mean,
I'm not. That's no
favorite.
Judgment at all.
I will put it on right now.
Wow. If I even just hum the beat, could you do the whole like bet on it, like everything? I'm not gonna stop. Not gonna stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a ranking.
Total honorable mention. Like I'm right there with you with all 3.
No, I think that's honestly the first musical that brought me into musicals.
Mm-hmm. And that's huge.
It came out. I was in the 4th grade when it came out. And I also saw the performance, the musical of it. No, I think it really brought kids into the musical theater world. Yes, like I've seen Grease and stuff, but that was really the first thing where like kids not much older than me were, you know, sing. That's really was the new era of Disney
singing and dancing. And
yeah,
Yeah.
And it was really kind of, I mean, now you look back and you kind of laugh at it. But
it's like cheesy, but like at the time I was like, oh my God.
At the time it was like, oh my God, this is like, they made a movie.
And then they went on tour.
Yeah.
They did High School, I think they did it on ice as well.
Oh yeah. And now, of course, the legacy,
really
the legacy lives on.
Yeah.
With one of the biggest stars in the world.
25 watching the musical the series. No, like that's
and again too, just like the original ones, birthed, one of the biggest stars in the world right now, Olivia Rodrigo.
Exactly.
Like same thing with Zac Efron. I mean, Zac Efron is literally, because of High School Musical, is one of the most famous people on Earth, and then also Vanessa Hudgens.
Hudgens.
And look at how many times both of them have been on your list. Like their staying power is because of
multiple times.
This franchise.
No, I have. There's pictures of me like wearing High School Musical shirts. Like it really impacted my life. Like
Wildcats,
which is go Wildcats. It was such a big important part of my life. Looking back, let's just give an honorable mention to Drew Seeley. I didn't even realize he also wrote, I believe, The Start of Something New.
Mm-hmm.
But he dubbed Zac Efron singing
shout
voice.
out Kenny Ortega.
And Boy, which is the dog. I don't know. It's just, I grew up with it. I was like 4th grade and then 6th going into 7th and then 8th grade. I'll still watch them. I can quote every single line of every single movie.
I mean, there's so much material for it. It's got its own section on Disney Plus.
Exactly. I think it's definitely my favorite.
Nice.
So that's not your number one.
No, it is not. I don't even think this was an honorable mention for you.
High School Musical?
No, like my number one. I don't even think it was an honorable mention for you. I don't think it was.
Do you know if I've seen it?
I'd hope so.
Oh.
Oh yes, you have, because it's been mentioned in the conversation.
Oh my God, I wonder. Oh, we already talked about it today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, my number one, I think it's the best musical ever made on film. Les Mis.
Oh.
Uh-oh. I just love it. I just love that movie.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. I think it's because I know the stage show.
Yeah.
I honestly,
Probably,
if I wouldn't have, that's what kind of ruins it for some of these.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
if I had no knowledge of the stage show, I'd be like, that's a good
movie.
movie.
It'd be different. Yeah.
Yeah. But because I know like the potential it could have, also, what's his name? Russell Crowe.
Yeah, it's the same like Pierce Brosnan situation.
No, I think they did. It was an honorable mention of. Oh no, or was it in my top 10? No, I think it was my number like. It was my first honorable mention, like the next one.
Les Mis was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, definitely great cast. However, it does do the stunt casting.
For
is
sure.
that what it's called?
Yeah.
No, I think they did a good job for what they did. Yeah, I personally, it's not bad, but there are bad parts.
Like what?
Russell Crowe.
See, that
Stars,
to me,
there in the darkness.
See, that to me is like I just like love it. I don't know. I just love like the.
I think it's because I know how it's supposed to be sang.
Yeah, that's. I honestly, that probably is because the only previous thing of Les Mis that I knew was the 90s one with Jeffrey Rush and Liam Neeson, which was not a musical.
I think you can watch the 25th anniversary edition, which has
a lot of the like Broadway cast, and then the only like actor in that stage show would be Nick Jonas did a run as Marius.
Yeah.
Which and is then, Eddie Redmayne's character.
What's his name? Dustin. That might have been the same run, maybe. Dustin from Stranger Things was. What's his name?
Gerard? No.
Yeah, the young boy. Yeah, that's his name.
But
yeah.
And I will say in that show, Aaron Tveit.
Yeah.
He's a Broadway star as well. No, like I think the actors who were in it did a good job. Also, I believe they sang live.
Yeah,
for
they
the
did,
show, which is very impressive.
Because of Les Mis, I always and whenever I'm watching a musical, I always go and I look that up to see if anybody else has done it. Did Tick Chick
Bo
was?
Yeah. I
Nice.
believe Champagne in the Heights I know was. I don't know about the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
But
no,
it's
that I will.
That probably might
Yeah.
be why it's like my number 11, I would say, because that's extremely hard and impressive.
Yeah, especially for some that are actors. Like
yes, like for example, there's scenes with Jean Valjean, which is Hugh Jackman, where he's literally like, there's water and all this stuff like coming at him, and he's look down.
Like you can when he's like and he's got like the scraggly beard, and like there's some lines where he's like he's got to like kind of blow the water out of his mouth and like the beard out of his mouth as he's singing, and it's like holy shit.
Considering like many of those actors, I'm sure like that was their first real like musical experience. Yeah. I feel like that's the first thing I ever saw Eddie Redmayne in, and I think he did good.
For sure. That was the first thing I ever saw.
But yeah, that is probably the most impressive part of the entire movie is the live.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anne Hathaway.
I can't believe this is almost 10 years old.
I feel like Anne Hathaway did a lot of method. Oh my god, I was in. I like had my license when I saw that too. So you saying that like, no, Anne Hathaway didn't like method acting almost. She like lost weight, cut her hair, which was also cut. Like her hair being cut in the movie was her hair being cut.
Yeah,
like that was like a one take. Well, this is it.
Yeah,
cutting your hair.
That's crazy.
They didn't actually pull her teeth out, but
well, there's rumors.
No, it is good. Yeah. Just not one of my favorites. Maybe if I was ranking them by like a different, like a rank, as opposed to like my personal favorites, it would be different.
Yeah. And that's why too, like to me, I think it is like I really think the quality is really amazing, but like like. It still would be high on like the quality and everything, but it is definitely a portion is I just love it. I just can watch it like on loop, just like I can sing along. That's another one that I can sing every lyric to, like, and yeah, man, like Hugh Jackman is just like he brings it in The Greatest Showman, but like it's kind of like a surface level like bringing it. This is like. I believe I'm watching Hugh Jackman,
was, like,
the person,
his
die.
Musical.
Yeah. This was his like Star Wars Born. Like he was like, I want to do this. I want to do this.
And him as well, like with the method acting and the losing weight, growing the beard, cutting his like and
losing weight, gaining weight, like
Christian Bale, who like
no, literally, yeah,
it was, very good. I will say my one nitpick thing that I do a lot. With either theater or film, which I shouldn't, is because I know it's a movie. They're supposed to be in France. Are they not? Right? They have American accents. They have English accents. I love Star Wars.
That's my big thing with Star Wars. You're from the same planet, like or area, and they were like British and Scottish. It's a whole thing. Yeah. But no, Les Mis is good. It's no High School Musical.
True. No, yeah. But yeah,
you didn't even think of High School Musical.
I know, I didn't. Honestly, I didn't. But
I thought at least an honourable mention.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would give it an honourable mention for sure. Yeah, but
I was like, Camp Rock on my honourable mention. The first one.
Yeah,
no,
we don't go.
We don't go past.
Jam. But yeah, that is our top 10 of.
Do you agree?
Musicals. Yeah, do you agree? Let us know. Send in your side rants. Oh, Ella Enchanted. That's a good pick. Michelle is saying Ella Enchanted. Yeah, that's actually a really good oh my god, again? I can't deal with these people. Like, I don't understand how they keep getting back in when like they're supposed to be blocked by YouTube. Oh, I hate this crap. This is why, like, hit that subscribe button. Let us grow. Get a moderator to, be in chat and take care of these things so that, we don't have to interrupt the show on this stuff. But, you know what? I actually just want to say, so somebody did subscribe. We got 337. Look at that. Onwards and upwards to 400. I don't know if we will hit that in this year. We were really steamrolling there for a little bit. But we've leveled out a little bit. Yeah, we need more trailers. Really, that's the thing. Is that like, since the Spider-Man trailer, the only new trailer that has come out was there was 2 trailers that came out that like we have no knowledge or interest of. Like, I don't know enough about The Witcher to do a trailer reaction to that. And then the other one, I think we were at work or something, but it was like an animated thing. I can't really remember what it was, but
I think what you need is a trailer to drop out of nowhere, because I feel like those do the best. Or like Spider-Man, everyone knew the trailer was premiering.
Yeah, so they're going to the big, YouTube.
Like, they're already waiting to watch it before. Yeah. Whereas, like, they didn't know it was coming out. They search it. Oh, Planet Film reacted.
Exactly. Yeah, like a trailer that nobody knew was coming. Don't Look Up. 350 views.
That looks good.
The exact same day was the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, and that video only got 50 views.
Yeah, so
we got 15,000 on House of Gucci, and we got.
Is that your top?
That's our top video of all time. Yeah.
We were watching the movie, and I'm like, remember when someone commented and said TJ like had the reaction of like a plant? Or something? Like a plant could get a better reaction.
A plant could give a better reaction than this. Yep. Shout out TJ. Well, I know you guys have missed TJ. He will be back next week. Yeah.
Maybe I'll see him again soon.
Maybe. The world will never know, but you never know, you know? Never know where the road will take you. TJ will be back next week. I'm not sure what...
You do one of the Marvel... TJ will be back, like the end credit.
Oh, yeah. TJ Cornwell will return.
Will return.
He will be back next week. I don't know what we're going to do for the topic. We might just, shoot the shit because, we've had a couple weeks off. I mean, TJ and I have seen each other and talked, a couple times, but, from the actual show, we've had a couple of weeks off. So we might just, shoot the shit and just kind of, pick, a random topic, or hopefully there might be some big news dropping and stuff like that. So yeah, and let us know, what are your thoughts? There were some, it was a lot of, basically most of the news was Spider-Man news this week. Like, we got news that he's going to have, Tom Holland's going to be the first actor in the MCU to get more than one trilogy set. So they confirmed that there's another Spider-Man trilogy coming set in the MCU, so they're going to redo that deal. Yeah, so there's going to be at least 6 solo Spider-Man. Now, Thor technically is at the...
Seems like overkill to me.
Well, it's possible.
Who knows?
It's possible. Like, Thor technically right now is at the start of a new trilogy, but we don't actually know if it is a new trilogy or if it's just going to end with the 4th one.
Quadrilogy.
Yeah, like, so we don't really know that, but they've said, Tom is going to get another 3, so that's, he gets that title for now. But who knows? Chris Hemsworth might beat him to the punch before they actually get all 3 of the Spider-Mans made. Although because Sony technically is the one that makes them, they crank the Spider-Man movies out like really fast. Because Thor, they got to fit a Thor movie in on the schedule with Marvel. Meanwhile, Sony can easily, as long as Tom Holland gets an off year to do other projects, you know what I mean? Like, he can do a Spider-Man movie every other year.
Yeah.
And they have. I mean, he's played Spider-Man 7 times in the past 5 years.
I think that's also because he's supposed to be so young.
Yeah.
So I feel like they don't want him to look like a 30-year-old man.
And I feel like too, I'm glad that, this is going to be the end of, the high school stuff. And, we know that, and Tom Holland's current contract, it's these movies, then No Way Home's the last one, then he has one more team movie or other franchise to be in. Yeah, like a group film to be in. And then it would be the start of his new contract would be these 3, and I'm sure a ton more group appearances. But that being said, I'm glad, because Tom Holland, yes, for all these movies, he does look young. I believe him in No Way Home as 18, just like I believe him in Civil War as 15. Even though he's always been older than that. But I will say, I don't know if it's just the long hair or what, but he is starting to look old. Yeah, like, not old, but he's starting to look 25, like you said. He's starting to look his age. So I'm glad that we're going to move forward and bring him into college and, do some of the Harry Osborn stuff and Green Goblin. Some of the more, like, traditional, That's what I'm hoping for. Like some of the more traditional Spider-Man storytelling tropes, like of him in college and stuff like that we haven't gotten so far. And hopefully, get him out of the Mr. Stark stuff, make him his own person, that kind of thing. So I'm excited for that. What did you guys think of the Spider-Man news? Let us know that. And what do you guys think of our lists for our top 10 movie musicals? And what do you guys think are your top movie musicals? Let us know all that in the comments below. You can also tweet at us at @theofficialpfn. And yeah, make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at @theofficialpfn. We're posting over there, sometimes once a day, sometimes less than once a day. It depends on how busy we are, basically. But I'm sure leading up to the holidays, we're probably going to have a lot more reviews coming up. And yeah, be sure to tune in this weekend. I'm not sure what day yet, but be sure to tune in this weekend for our Hawkeye review. Probably Saturday night, I would guess. But
it won't be because TJ will be out of town.
Oh, that's right. So
probably Sunday night.
Yeah, Sunday sometime. I forgot he told me about that. But yeah, that'll do it for me. I've been one of your hosts, Sean Monk, and I'm going to pull a page out of Sean Evans' playbook on Hot Ones, and I'm going to roll the red carpet out for you. You can take a look at this camera, mainly this camera, because that's the only one. She conquered the wings. She conquered the questions. Now tell the people what you got to tell them, and whatever.
Yeah, go follow Rants on Fire. Go listen to us. You can follow us on Instagram at Rants on Fire, and then Twitter Rants on Fire Pod. Instagram is definitely more fan friendly. Not many people respond to the Twitter, but also it's easier to grab your guys' information. We do a lot of fan-based questions, polls. Feel free to answer those. It's going to be in our stories. We usually post them Mondays and Tuesdays because we record on Wednesdays. Yeah. And then my info is also on both of those pages. So if you want to follow me, you can find me there.
Nice. And yeah, that'll do it. And let us know if you want Danielle to replace TJ full time. We'll catch you in the next one.